It's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving this to all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work. Check priorities, I'm doing that first. Check's big and I'm sure that hurts, but it's checkmate, we ain't selling short, know the work. Ain't nowhere to hide. You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind, cause I be on the work. Yeah. You know I be on the work. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the work. Yeah, man, we coming for them bags that they said I couldn't have, get the team. I got a vision for the things you ain't believe. And here's the motto, hard work, this over everything. It's that comeback. I'm calling plays, hit the pass, then the run back. Yeah, I'm far ahead and gotta run last. But we ain't letting up, we never done that. Ain't nowhere to hide. You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind, cause I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the way. Yeah, I'm on the way. On the way. Yeah, on the way. I'm on the way. I'm on the way.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
Get ready to dive into a new role of online shopping with the Fins Tailgate. Whether you're a die-hard sports fan or just looking for the latest fashion trends, we've got you covered. With a wide variety of products from your favorite sports teams to stylish accessories and home decor, we're your one-stop shop for all things tailgate. Our easy-to-use website and hassle-free checkout process make shopping with us a breeze. Plus, with frequent sales and discounts, you won't want to shop anywhere else. So come on in and join the party at the Fins Tailgate, your new go-to destination for all things tailgate.
May I have your attention, please? This is a TFTG announcement. This is Late Night Exhale. May the hype begin.
Rumor has it, I'm a savage, drop the classic, thinking back, drop the classic, to establish that the magic, it's automatic, got a master, who was at it, living legend, lethal weapon, mastermind, never tired, tell them all, big dreams, I got big dreams since like baby, I've been joining forces with the likes of an A-team, jumping off of buildings used to be so stimulating, now I'm reaching new heights, I'ma need the off-white. Play with the fire, you get burned. All of my struggles became lessons well learned. I got desires that keep me grounded, that's for sure. Cause one day we gon' make it out this earth. Where's your worth? I'm sick of your talking, you got the wrong one. I'm taking your king and I leave him broken. If I am in second, it's after no one. Just give me a second to let them know. I'm the headline, the deadline. Big time. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. Big time. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, mastermind.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Late Night Exhale, and I am your host, Ali the Persian. How is everybody doing? Make sure you hit like and subscribe. We have a show and we have a lot to talk about. How is everybody doing? I see a lot of people up in the chat. You know, the game just has been called and ended, which we will get into that. But before I do so, I just want to take care of a few housekeeping things around here. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, as I mentioned before. In addition to that, while you're hanging out with us, check out some of the other content. We got the El Capitan show. We got the color and a cup of coffee and coffee and a cup of color. Can't even talk tonight. We got Top of the Tailgate with myself, Broken Takes, that we're recording an episode tomorrow that I'm going to be putting out later this week. You're not going to want to miss. And also check out Shake Money, Lewis with the drive time and shows the Smoke Lounge. Definitely check them out. KP with the fantasy out talk today. It was great. I loved it. In addition to that, definitely check out Crypto Show Mondays and Thursdays. Great stuff. Great start to the new beginning of the show. In addition to that, check out Tonks TMI Tuesdays. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's back. So make sure you like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and get ready to rock and roll because we have a lot of content coming your way. If you love the content, you want to donate or you want to help the channel out, you don't have to, but we really appreciate it if you did. We accept Cash App, Venmo, super stickers, super chats, or you become a member. Shout out to all the members. We wouldn't be here without you. We have 3 different levels: Amigos, Familia, and MVP. Easiest way and cheapest way to donate to the channel and keep the content afloat. We really appreciate it. We're trying to do whatever we can to get stuff out to you, and any type of help from you guys definitely helps. In addition, we wouldn't be here without you. You guys are what makes these show. You guys are what drives us. So we really appreciate that. Make sure you hit the like button while we're hanging out here. And also, shout out to all of our affiliates, right? We got Fanatics, which I mentioned. You just saw the promo on. Officially licensed everything. Definitely check them out. Check out Backroom Collection. You're looking for some new artwork. Maybe you're remodeling your home. You got to get it feng shui. Get some sports stuff. Get some Miami Dolphins canvas artwork. They got a lot of stuff. They do custom work, not just Miami Dolphins. Really cool stuff they got over there. Also, check out Doobie Energy Drink, right? Doobie Energy Drink. We got all this content. Man, you're going to need all the energy to watch all the shows that we're going to be putting out. Check out Doobie Energy Drink. It's all smash, no crash. I promise you that. And you don't get that jittering or anything like that. Or it doesn't have all the byproducts that, is kind of harmful for the body. It has a lot more vitamins and minerals compared to some of the other companies that help benefit focus, and it's actually more beneficial to the brain and in the body. So definitely check out Doobie Energy Drink. And if you don't take my word for it, check out Shake Money Show. He does reviews on his stuff all the time. He'll tell you what he thinks if you don't believe me. So shout out to all of our affiliates. We appreciate it. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now. I see a lot of you here. I got Crypto in the back, and many more people are going to be coming. We're going to be dropping the link early, right? We're going to get into the conversation fast, so get ready. I'm going to be dropping it here shortly. Shout out to Flava J. I see you, member of the channel. Bryson, man, Bryson, you come all the time. I really appreciate it. I see you in the Twitter spaces. What can I do to make you a member, man? Just tell me. What's up, Bryson? What's up, Mr. 2IQ? I see him. I see Michael K here. Who else we got? Mr. Paul, Crazy Dolphin, appreciate you. Andres Negron, how's it going? Liz, definitely love having you here. Rafael Cortright, how's it going? Roberto Valdez, how's it going? Try and make sure I get a Shake Money. Shake, come on up, man. You definitely, you got the link. You can come up anytime you want. Daniel Barry Sports, how's it going? Ryan AP, OG Barry. Newfoundland, John Featherland, Roadrunner, Wasuedo Spike, how's it going? There's a lot of Q. What's up, man? What is going on? Cap for Life, how are you? Mark, how's it going? Banana, how's it going? Dolphinier, I love it. Jamaican from Zion JFC, what is going on? That's right. Joseph Whalen, how's it going? Richard McLean. If I missed anybody, which more than likely I did, because I was trying to get through all of you. Shout out to all of you. Shout out to everybody. Make sure we get the likes up. We got 56 people watching. That being said, we just saw what happened. They called the game. It's pretty sad. Major injury to one of our undrafted rookies. Shout out to him. Prayers with him that everything is okay. But let's talk about the game as a whole, right? A lot of people, are already jumping to say certain things. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like that. Listen, the score is not what you should be worried about. The win or loss is not what you should be worried about, right? Even the interceptions that happened, I'm not too worried about them. what this game is for is to find those little things that the DC or the offensive coordinator or the offensive line coach or the defensive line coach or, Vic Fangio or Mike McDaniel or somebody on the team didn't notice during training camp. That's what this game is for. They're going to be looking at positioning. They're going to be looking at how you catch the ball. They're going to be looking at your technique. They're going to look at your attention to detail. Those are the things that matter in this game. It's a preseason game. It was never going to look pretty. It's never going to look like a finished product. This was a game for the people that are trying to make this team to show us something special that they didn't necessarily show. It's their last chance, because either tonight or tomorrow or even Monday, cuts are going to be coming, because, by Tuesday, 4 p.m., that's the deadline for our 53-man roster has to be turned in, right? That's what is more important to this game. Now, I'm not taking away at all of what happened to David Davis. It's really sad, and we're going to talk about it too. In fact, it's kind of funny because tomorrow, not really funny, I should say, poor choice of words, I'm sorry. It's kind of unique. I don't know what the proper word is. Karma or something. Coincidence. It's a coincidence something like this has happened, because tomorrow I'm going to be recording with Tonk and myself a Broken Take episode that's strictly about injuries that happen in the NFL. And I hope everything is okay with David Davis. I really do, because it's sad. And they suspended the game too because of it. They're talking about that right now. But definitely put out all your prayers for him and his family. I hope everything is okay. But yeah, let me get my my brother here from the team up here. Crypto, what's going on, Crypto? Crypto, you with us? You're on mute.
Hang on one moment.
No worries. So, yeah, it's really sad what happened. How did Tua do? Okay, let's go over the stats. We'll start there. I'm going to be dropping the link here momentarily. I just want to get Crypto introduced. If anybody else from TFTG would love to come up here, you're definitely welcome. I know El Capitan is in a few minutes. What's up, Crypto?
I'm here. I just had some stuff on.
No, it's okay. Before we get into the stats lines and everything and whatnot, I just got done talking about what the importance of this game is. Now, I told them, and this is what my beliefs are, and I want you to speak to your beliefs of this. I don't believe the win or loss is important in this game. I don't believe the interceptions really were that important to what this game was being used for. This game is the last chance for people to show something special on why they deserve to be on this 53-man roster. They didn't have to win the game to actually show what is something special. They just had to show something out of the ordinary that they didn't show all through training camp, that, hey, just so you know, I can also do this. Did you see my technique? Did you see my three-point stance and how fast I got off to the, off the line?
Right.
Did you see my catching ability? Did you see how I was able to take off? Did you see my play on special teams? I saw Trill Williams playing special teams. Shout out to Trill. You know what I mean? Did you see my blocking technique during special teams? Did you see my pursuit to the ball on special teams? That's what this game is used for. That is what is important.
Yeah.
The win-loss, I don't really care about. The preseason, honestly, is a tryout for people to make the 53-man roster. That's all it is. Right? That's my belief.
Yeah.
What do you think, Crypto? What's where you're at with this?
Yeah, some around those lines. Because the final cut down, you go from 93 to 53. So that's a dramatic amount of cuts that has to happen in a 4-day period. Mm-hmm. So it's all about semi-dress rehearsal to pretty much seeing who's going to be on your final roster.
What's up, Shake Money?
What is up, guys? How y'all doing,
What's
man?
up, Shake Money?
Very good. I love the shirt, Shake. Where did you get that one? Is that an older one or?
Yeah, my brother-in-law gave me that. Yeah, I've worn this a few times, but yeah, my brother-in-law got me this one.
I like that. I like
thanks.
that a lot, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Lewis, how you doing, Lewis?
What's up,
Everybody
Lewis?
is here, man. Lewis, you're on. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. So
what's going on?
That's what's happening, man.
just to recap, you guys that are just joining, I just got done telling everybody that, in my opinion, the win or loss of this game is not important to me. What was important is that players were able to showcase their ability to show one last thing, something they haven't shown during camp, on why they belong on this 53-man roster. That's what was important to me in this game, right? You saw Brandon Pilley, undrafted free agent, playing with the 1s and 2s right off the get-go. Did you guys see that in the defense, right? I saw that, right? Now, I know we were kind of, we're light at defensive tackle. I know why he played, but I honestly think he's been putting up, consistent enough to possibly and probably make this roster. That's just my opinion. I want Brandon Pilley to make this roster more than anybody, to be honest. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
You got quite a few snaps.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. And again, I'm not going to go all the way in. We got dominated tonight, fellas, and I don't care about the wins. That's where I'm in line with you, Ali. I don't care about the win. Mm-hmm. But the starters didn't look good. The backups didn't look good. What we look like tonight, and this is my concern maybe moving forward, right? We look like a very fast, soft football team. Mm-hmm. That's what we look like. Yeah, like I said it in the group chat earlier. What tonight looked like? Very reminiscent. What was Josh Boyer calling that defense tonight? And I know listen, I've been several places already. Oh, it's very vanilla. We weren't saying that it was very vanilla last week against Houston, right? What we just seen it going against another team's 1s in Jacksonville, they were up and down the field on us all game. We had no answer. In the pass game, in the run game, we couldn't stop a nosebleed tonight. So, Jen, that's my opening thoughts of the night, I would say.
Yeah, we were pushed around, especially in the trenches. At the point of attack, we were being bullied. That is definitely true. They moved us off the line of scrimmage quite a bit. A couple of walk-in touchdowns by, my God, everybody that was on the field. Untouched. So, yeah, we was being punished up front.
Shout out to Papa Paul. He says, bring me on, guys. Just left the game. I got a 3-hour ride home.
That's right. He was at the stadium. Him and
Jake, if you could send him the link, he can come on up. We're going to be dropping the link here for everybody, to be honest. So, definitely, if you could send that to him.
All right.
Thank you for the $10
Miss
donation.
Vince was at that game too, wasn't she?
I think she did. You're right. I think she did go to the game. I could be wrong about that. So. Look, I know
Miss Vince was in the building
at times. I would say you're right. It didn't look pretty at times, but then again, I don't know. I use these games to evaluate the next man up after the starter. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying now, Lee. They look like trash today. All of them. It was depressing. Like I'm with you on Pilley, right? I think he has tremendous upside. Today wasn't a good showing for Pilley. When he was in there with the 1s, he got pushed around. When the 2s came in and he was still in there, he got pushed around. Like it didn't matter if it was that crackback, little like sweep, little toss to the flat. They were getting yards on that. They were gashing up us up in the middle. And I know Siler and Wilkins are not there. I get it. But again, it's just all around today. And no, I don't care about the wins or loss. I'm with you there. But no, I didn't like what I seen today.
I don't know. I mean, Savant Ahmed had 4 carries for 43 yards, right? That's a 10.8 average, right? What else are we looking at here?
He had 1 for, I believe, 41 though.
That's true. River Craycraft had 5. He went 5 for 8 for 52 yards. That's actually pretty good for him, to be honest. Let's see. Tyreek Hill had the 1 reception, but 1 target for 32 yards. So that's Tyreek Hill being Tyreek Hill. Yeah, I can kind of see what you mean. For me, I guess, I don't know. For me, I was really looking at individual players and what they did. River Craycraft, his route running was really good today. It was on point. You know, I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those games that, you know, I understand it's a loss, and we're thinking about all the bad. I mean, Skylar Thompson had 2 back-to-back interceptions. I mean, I didn't like that at all. You know what I'm saying?
It's not only that. It's the Atlanta Falcon game. None of our starters played. Okay, cool. We play the next week against the Houston Texans. Our starters go out there for 2 series. We look dominant. The backups come in. We look dominant. It looked like they were ready to play. My partner that I work with every day, he's a big Jaguar fan. He's been calling me all night, trolling me. I lost a bet to him. He told me all leading up to this week, the Jaguars were going to be starting their starters. We found out Thursday, I think, when McDaniel had his press conference, he said our starters were going to come out. For me, it was just disappointing because, again, ones versus ones. I don't care. I've been preaching it this whole offseason. I think Miami is better than the Houston Texans, right? Those are games we should win. The Jaguars are a playoff team for last year. They made the divisional round. They're a young, up-and-coming team, just like we are. And we got absolutely destroyed when their ones were on the – bro, it looked like, if I'm going to be completely honest, and I want to calm down, sleep on it. I know I'm doing my post-game show tomorrow, like the recap, so I don't want to give away everything. But Ali, it just looked like a comparison to a college team versus a high school team out there, with ones versus ones. That's what it looked like. And the Jaguars are teams we got to face these teams if we want to be where we want to be. Because by looking at it tonight, from the head coaching that the Jaguars got with the player they got, does that look like a playoff team?
You're right.
It was depressing tonight, Ali. I'm sorry. And I know I'm going on a rant, but it was. I'm just talking about ones versus ones.
Do we need them to look like a playoff team in the preseason, though? You know what I mean? I mean, like, just think about it this way, all right, Lewis? I hear what you're saying. I get what you're saying, okay? I'm not disputing what you're saying. It did, at times, look bad. But could it be possibly that the starters, they didn't really go 100%? You know? I mean, think about it this way. I'm sorry, but what's his name? Chosen had the ball in his hands and he couldn't catch it. You know what I mean? The ball hit his hands. You got to catch that ball. You know what I mean? From Tua, and he didn't do it. And it is, I don't know. I don't really know what's up, to be honest. I will say on the defensive side, the defensive tackle position, yeah, when Seiler and Christian Wilkins out there, it's a different animal. Javon Holland's still doing Javon Holland things, creating fumbles and making interceptions and turnovers. I need him to do that continuously. So he still did stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean, that was Jerome Baker. He was around the ball. But again, even I tried to warn everybody, and we had a discussion about this, Ali. This defense, this defense is more like this. This defense is more like this than what we, again, I think they're going to be good, right? But this is the problem with the zone defense. It can get carved up, and what we've seen tonight, I'm telling you right now, whether it's a preseason game or not, I look at ones versus ones. I know everybody gets excited about looking at third and fourth stringers and who's going to – bro, none of those guys really played during the season unless there's catastrophic injuries anyway. The fact of the matter is when our ones were on the field, we got destroyed. I don't know. It was ugly, bro. It was ugly.
Who was the starting left guard? I didn't get to see the beginning of the game because happened. They were playing golf for like 15 minutes into it. I don't know why.
It was Wynn.
It was Isaiah Wynn, and they look trash too. We weren't getting no push. We weren't. Look at that offensive line for Jacksonville and the push that they were. And again, Christian Wilkins and Siler's not on the field, but Peely was, Bradley Chubb was. I watched. What's their left tackle? Cam Robinson, I believe, is the Jaguar. He threw Jalen Phillips 13 yards past the line of scrimmage. I know everybody's seen it because I've seen it. They didn't look good. Nobody. It was like it was nasty to say the least. And with these, does anybody like? Again, I get it. It's preseason, but we also gotta look. It was all praise coming out of Houston. When you're giving up 7-8 yards as a cushion It's pitch and catch with a guy like Trevor Lawrence.
Hell
It's
yeah.
pitch and catch.
Oh yeah, and thank God, Cam Smith wasn't Noah, because how Cam Smith was getting roasted, they would have been pitchfork for Noah Igbenogany the way Cam Smith was playing.
I'm just saying, I don't know.
And he wasn't playing first stringers.
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. What's up, Mr. Papa Paul?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I just didn't know because this is the first time I've used this anymore and stuff. Okay. Yeah, I was not overly impressed. There was a lot of starters that weren't even playing, though. I know that. But I was not overly impressed with a lot of things tonight. But
I don't know.
I could also tell
about that.
with stuff he was doing, I don't think. What? I don't think Mike was really even trying to win a game. He was trying to see what's what.
And see, that's what I was referring to, is like some of the plays, play calling just didn't seem like a regular game. It more looked like they were going through the motions to see, you know, to check out certain players. It didn't seem like they were taking it seriously. And that's kind of like what I was, referring to. I understand it didn't look pretty, but this is a preseason game that mostly the starters don't play in. You know, it's
Ali, isn't that the duty? Isn't that the duty of both coaches? Wasn't their coach doing the same thing our coach was doing too, trying to see what they can see?
I don't think Lewis is questioning the scheme. I think he's questioning the physicality, because at the end of the day, whether it was vanilla play calling or complex play calling, the lines were getting pushed around like they were rag dolls.
But not only that, I'm sorry, and I'm not saying Ali, I'm not saying you're doing this, or Papa Paul, I didn't say you're doing this neither. But what we're not going to do is as a collective is make excuses. Bro, the starters were out there. What are we talking about? They were. So if that's the case, right, and I'm just posing the question, I'm playing devil's advocate, right? Like if we're going to say, well, it just looked like they were going in the motions, why was Tua out there? Why was Tyreek out there? Why was Mostert out there? Why was Isaiah Wynn out there? Why was Chosen Anderson, that we believe is going to be on this team? Why was Braxton Barrett? Like, no, bro. There's no excuses. They look like dog shit. It had nothing to do with that they were going through the motions. You know what it was? Is that the Jacksonville Jaguars punched them in the mouth, and it looked like we had no damn answers. Let's be honest. Let's not come out here and make excuses. That's no. Bro, the starters were out there. Is Bradley Chubb a starter? I'm asking. Is Jerome Baker and David Long Jr., are they starters? Is Jalen Phillips a starter? Is Javon Holland a starter? Like, what are we talking about? No starters played. Everybody played by Seiler and Wilkins.
Nobody said that starters didn't play it at all. What he was saying
is, somebody said the starters didn't play.
Most starters didn't play, not all. He said some.
Okay, well, name me the starters. Name me the more starters that didn't play, because all I seen was 2 that were out.
Let me look that up. That's a good question.
Austin Jackson was out there. Ain't he the starting right tackle? Okay, Terron Armstead wasn't out there. Connor Williams, ain't he the starting center? He was out there. Robert Hunt, he was out there. So 4 out of your 5 starters on that offensive line was out there. Like, I don't know. Listen, if we want to come out and make excuses, then I can reevaluate, and I can go on that train too, and we can be happy-go-lucky. I'm not talking about the win or loss. I could care less, because this don't count in the record. But let's not pretend like our team didn't look like dog shit today on both sides of the ball.
Starters and backups.
Leadership. I think he went into this preseason.
Yeah, guys. The only saving grace is that this is a preseason game, but Lewis is 100%.
That's correct, KP. That's the saving grace.
Exactly. We got physically dominated, and that is an echo of what I've been saying this whole preseason. We appear to be a finesse team, and my worst fears were seemingly confirmed tonight, man. If you look at that other team, They physically dominated us, obliterated us physically to the point where they had to call the game early because they were just laying out too many of our players, knocking us F out. And any
Yeah, they
old
were.
school football team
So
knows
they ended the game
that
early then?
whether you
Yeah,
win
they did.
or not. Like, I mean, I come from the old school, right? My coaches, if we lose the game, we ain't losing physically. We're gonna get somebody. We're gonna knock somebody out. Now that might sound, not passe in today's culture of fairness and non-bullying and all this kind of crap, but this is football, gentlemen, and that did not look good. I wish I could report differently.
KP,
Yeah.
you know what we look like today? A fast and soft football team. That's what we look like tonight.
Well, I'm just gonna say it's a
I would
preseason
say-
game, and they don't mean anything to me, bro. I understand you guys are all upset and concerned about this,
Yep.
but I'm just telling you right now, we saw the Eagles get ass handed by the Miami Dolphins, and they went to
And
the
end up in
Super
the
Bowl.
Super Bowl. That's a good point,
So,
Ali.
That's
That's
all I'm
Well,
gonna
you're
say
going
is
to
this
use
is a
them as a
preseason game.
barometer.
Just because,
How's
hold
it
on,
fair to
just-
use them as a
oh,
barometer?
hold
We're not
on.
playing the schedule
Crypto,
Eagles
hold on a
played.
second. Hold on a second. You guys are. I know you guys have valid concerns. I get it, but again, how much value do you put into a preseason game when you know that the player knows he has a grueling season ahead of him? Is he really going to put 100% on the field when he knows he's a lock on this roster? To be honest, if I'm a starter, why even play the third fucking preseason game? Excuse my language to the people in the chat. I apologize.
Well, then we should be asking Mike McDaniel that then.
Yes, that is a testament of him that we have to ask that question to him.
Because
You're
Ali, no
absolutely
one's above
That I agree
reproach.
with.
That's why you play them.
Say it again. Say it again.
No one's above reproach.
Football at that level,
I would agree.
is a
I
dangerous.
agree with that.
Yeah,
That's a good point,
football
Ben.
at that level is such a dangerous sport. You can't step on that field without giving at least 100% of effort. If not,
And
you
see-
will get hurt. And
and
that's
see what I
we
think-
look like. That's what we look like.
Yeah, and see what I think is that even though they played the starters, maybe the fact that the Jaguars said they were going to play the starters and Miami was like, we weren't going to play our starters. You know what I mean? And you are, so we got to put them out there. And maybe they told them, hey, we don't want you to go too crazy because we don't want you getting injured or whatever, right? And then in addition to it, you start seeing people get knocked all over the place after the fact when they finally pulled them. Maybe at that point they're like, yeah, after this is bad. Let's stop. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I can't really speak to it.
Yeah.
All I can tell you is that this is a preseason game, and I've seen us get manhandled in the preseason by a team that did nothing, but we beat better teams. You know what I mean? We beat the Eagles. We manhandled them, and they went to the Super Bowl. Granted, not all of the starters played.
But
okay,
that was 0 Eagles starters in that game. That's the difference between them and
understand.
this year.
I understand that, but even our backups manhandled their backups. So in that game, and you can go back and watch that game.
So
You know what I mean?
then we're regressing then is what you're saying because of our.
I'm not saying that until we know really what until Mike McDaniel talks about it. If he does, we'll never know. We're not gonna know. You know what I mean?
But Mike
But we've
McDaniel ain't gonna give you that answer though.
But here's the thing, though. We have seen this
Definitely
team
not.
play more aggressively. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense that you're telling them to. You're going to tell them not to play aggressively in this game. The only thing I can think of is like, hey, don't go too crazy because this is really just the last preseason game. We don't want you to go balls out. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Well, let's look at it another way also, Ali. Let's look at it another way also. That Jacksonville team won a playoff game last year. And
That's
they
true.
did so by being what we saw tonight. Their O-line and D-line really went after it and are ultra physical. So in that sense, it is a good preseason test. But make no mistake, it's a test that we failed tonight.
And don't forget, we got a long West Coast trip in a couple of weeks or two.
Yeah. I mean, those guys physically whooped our ass.
They'll get there a week early.
See, the thing is, I get people in the chat are trying to tell me to take the L, right? All right, we lost. I don't need to take the L. I really don't, because I refuse to sit here and drown myself in a pool of sorrows when the season hasn't even started yet.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If we played the first
I
three
agree
games,
with you.
then
I
I'm
agree
with
with
you.
you 100%,
Then I'm
Ali.
with you. Yeah, then I'm with you, 100% that this is an issue, concerned, holy shit. But this is a fucking preseason game.
Exactly.
That's why I refuse to jump the gun and start saying that the sky is falling. So for those people that tell me to take the L in the chat, I'm sorry. I agree. I understand we lost, and that's the biggest L I'll take. But the fact is that I'm not saying that the season is over until we start the season. If this was a regular season game, then I got a lot to think about.
And you know what? And you know what? I was. Let me say right there.
No, it's okay, Lewis. Hold on one second.
I'm maintaining the same energy. Last week when we won, I wasn't like, oh, we won. I'm like, it's just a preseason game, so I'm keeping the same energy.
100%. I see what you're doing. Go ahead, Lewis. What did you want to say? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, Shay. I was gonna say that, and that's fine for Shay. I'm not gonna say that for Shay. I'll say it for me. I want consistency. I can't come out after last week. I came out and said I thought McDaniel had a great game plan. I thought the guys were physical. I thought the guys came out ready to play. I gave them the credit. For me, I can't turn around and just now to KP's point, and I said, I don't know if KP even heard me before he came up. I said the same thing KP said. This is a playoff team. This wasn't a team that just got to the playoffs last year. This is a team that won the playoffs. We all believe that this team is going to be players in their division. This is probably another playoff team. Listen, we didn't look good against a playoff team. We can chalk it up as a preseason, and I don't want people to come after Ali because I agree with Ali in his the overall point of it's the preseason. It's a game that doesn't matter. That's all fine, right? That still doesn't change the fact that we got whooped up and down the field with our ones versus their ones. We can't. I can't have the. I can't go with the. We weren't showing nothing. It was vanilla. It's gonna be okay. I can't go with that. We weren't. Listen, there was a lot of people, me included, after last week praising this team. How can we just sit here now and say everything's okay? And especially if we're going to say that the evaluation is to look at second team guys and third string, like the depth on this team. Everybody looked bad today.
So, Lewis, my next question to you,
my
next question to you would be this: what can be done about it now? What is the next step?
Well, hold on. I was going to say this.
We can sit here and talk about it until we're blue in the face. What's the next step for the team? Where do they go from here? That's my next question.
Correct every mistake you saw today from a physicality standpoint.
Listen, we do have to pull out the microscope here and look at the individual performances of players who played. And I think when you do that, what will show up is that our defensive line got obliterated. I know Wilkins and Sealer were not there. I mean, I did see our linebackers, Long and Baker, making plays, making tackles, right? But I saw Raekwon Davis get destroyed tonight. He did not look like a physical force at all. And, the focus was on him without Wilkins and Sealer next to him. So I think that's where we had a glaring hole. Also, they were picking on Noah. They were throwing on Noah. So, I mean, those are going to be two glaring deficiencies that show up when, from the defensive side of things. So, you do have to look at it at a player-by-player basis because I think some guys were out there doing their jobs, but altogether, when you add it all up, average everybody's performance, it was just poor. So,
thank you for the $2 donation by Jay Taylor Fantasyland. Next step is for fans to face reality. That's Michael K, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's Michael K.
Yeah,
well, thank you for your $2
Michael
donation. The Buffalo Bills fans who donate to this channel, we appreciate the donations, but maybe you should stick to super stickers rather than super chats.
It's not only Noah they win after on the opening drive. I think it was the first play of the game. They attacked Xavier Howard.
Yeah,
they attacked Xavier Howard too for a couple of plays. I just don't want to sit here and make it seem like, again, it was Noah. He was the only one.
Right.
No, they all look bad. Xavier Howard looked bad.
It was everybody.
Just the defensive scheme in general, right? And that's what's concerning. Because again, not only vanilla, KP, but you see The defense was balling last week against Houston. That scheme, that zone, right? Oh, it looked confusing. You want to know why? That's a rookie CJ Stroud back there. Now you got the number 1 overall pick, a playoff quarterback, and he absolutely torched that defense.
I want to. I highlighted this comment because this is actually true. Missing Wilkins and Zeiler was obvious today. It definitely was, and I want to bring something up. I believe I can't remember who they were talking to, but they were basically stating that this defense is built around Javon Holland. I'm going to tell you straight up, Javon Holland is not the most important piece of this defense. It's the defensive line. It's what starts and finishes the defense, and I'll tell you why. Wilkins and Zach Seiler is what creates the whole momentum of disruption, chaos, and everything at that front 5 or however many people they have on the offensive line at that point, tight ends included. They're the ones that start that pressure on the QB, that forces the QB to make erratic throws or whatever, that creates the possibility of a turnover that Javon Holland, Xavier Howard, and the rest of the secondary can eat up. So the fact that they weren't there, and I believe it was KP that said they were, abysmal at best when at the defensive line front, I kind of think you have to make that deal for Wilkins. You need to get him out of the hold in and on the field playing, because if he's not on the field playing, that defensive line can't hold a chance against anybody else. And this is what we're going to see continuously. So you got to fix that deal and make it happen. In addition, and this is the last point I'll make, and I'll let the floor is all your guys', to be honest. Did you guys see at the very end of the game when they were talking with the referees? Who did they bring out to be with McDaniel to talk to the referees? Did you guys see who it was?
Wilkins. Yeah.
Yes. I wonder if Mike McDaniel looked at him and said, "We're going to give you your money now." And
well, they were saying on the broadcast on the NFL Network is that Christian Wilkins is the team representative. That's why that guy McManus, I believe the kicker for Jacksonville, also went on the field. But see again, that's more excuses for the people in the chat saying that. That's another excuse. Let me explain to you why.
How can it be an excuse? It could be true, bro. When you think about it, when your front two main people that create the disruption and chaos, if they're not there and there's no disruption and chaos, what's the whole point of a Vic Fangio defense? That's what it thrives
You want me to
off
show
of.
you? You want me to show you why? You want me to show you why it's an excuse?
Yes.
Damian Pierce last week was a 1,000-yard rusher last year that everybody told me was the next beast running back in the NFL. Christian Wilkins didn't play last week. Seiler had a couple snaps last week against Houston. They didn't give up. They weren't getting gashed. Y'all can sit up here and make them excuses if you want to. The fact of the matter is you're wrong. You're orange and teal, and orange sunglasses on, and it better become time to take those bitches off. Because the fact of the matter is Christian Wilkins hasn't suited up not one game this preseason. Did the defense give up those gashing runs last week to a 1,000-yard back? No, they did not. The problem is that the Houston Texans are a young and up-and-coming team. They're not built yet. They're not established. So a team like Miami can go in there and wreak havoc, can wreck shop. Everybody can look good from the coaching staff down to the players. But now when you get your number one versus number ones, right, you get a playoff team that is, again, Jacksonville looks like they're prime this season. You got destroyed. Don't give me that excuse because Christian Wilkins wasn't on the field this week. Was he? When has he been on? Was he on there last week? That's all I'm going to ask. Was he there last week?
Let me ask you a question. You said that the defensive line last week got gassed. Is that what you said?
No. I'm saying they did not get gashed.
Yes, and Seiler played last week. That's part of that disruption.
He played one. He played one series.
And how many series did Damian Pierce play?
What, 2 or 3?
Let's actually look at that. Hold on a second. I'm gonna.
Let's look at it. I believe he played the whole time.
Damian Pierce had 6 carries for 15 yards. That's it.
Okay. Well, there you go. The Jacksonville Jaguars were averaging 6-7 yards a clip today. That's all I'm saying. And Damian Pierce, when we were playing Damian Pierce last year, I know I had plenty of conversations and arguments with people telling me Damian Pierce was one of the best running backs in the league. Christian Wilkins' ex-Siler didn't stop him last week. And again, even when Damian Pierce wasn't there, none of the other running backs for Houston did anything. Peely showed up. Peely was making plays. Peely was in the backfield. Today, they didn't. It was nothing. It's a concern. Like we can, I mean, again, we can come out here and just say it's preseason, and again, say that the sky's not falling. I'm not saying it is. What I'm saying is, don't sit here and let's just talk about all these positives in today's game when there were no positives. There were none. We looked horrible today.
I agree with you, Lewis.
I mean, I'm sorry, gentlemen. I'm sorry to bring the mood down, but like, I mean, what are we supposed to do with this?
Well, that's my whole point. That's what I asked you. That's what I asked you, Lewis. I asked you so we can sit here and talk about it blue in the face. We're all in agreement that it didn't look pretty. We looked bad, in certain areas and whatnot. What do we do next? Now, Crypto says that we can fix it in practice and stuff like that. Okay, well, obviously that's obviously what they're gonna do. But beyond that, what else can we do about it at this point? This is the third preseason game. There's no more preseason games. There's no more training camp.
I have no answers. The only answer I would say, hopefully this lights a fire under McDaniel's ass. And McDaniel needs to light these boys up tomorrow. Whenever they get on that plane and maybe watch the film started on the plane and they get in the building tomorrow and they go over the film, I don't want no positive talk from Mike McDaniel. Because in my opinion, we were in that group chat and Color kind of made the point 2 or 3 times. Doug Peterson, that's what a head coach looks like. That's what a team heading into week 1. That's what that's what a team's supposed to look like. If you were a fan of the teams we watched today, that game, whether it's a Jag or a Dolphin, which fan base should feel more encouraged going into week 1? From what you've seen today, starters versus starters, guys that are going to be on the field when we line up week 1 in LA.
Not us.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
think
all
there's.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I think there's a lot that has to happen between now and that game. So I do agree. McDaniel does need to light a fire. And I believe it was last preseason that he did the same thing. It was right after a loss. He had everybody come in on a Sunday when practice wasn't supposed to happen and had an emergency meeting with them all. So maybe you should do the same thing. You know what I mean? I expect the same type of thing. Have him come out into the field on Sunday and do whatever he has to make shit right. He talks about how he's going to be fixing issues, at the end of practice rather than right when it happens, when you see stuff like that. Well, it's the end of the game. Obviously, the very next day, you're going to address it. So I think that's what he needs to do. I won't be surprised if we do bring more people in, though. Akeem Nicks, for example, or some other defensive tackle that may become available. I won't be surprised if Miami jumps on it, to be honest, because we do need help there. And did Hand play today, or is he injured?
Hand was that's why they signed that of the defensive end, because
Hand was inactive. He didn't play.
Inactive. Okay, he didn't play. All right, that's what I thought. Yeah, we don't have anybody, bro. It sucks. Yeah, that's a position of need, because when you have both your starters out, yeah. So, and we.
Our major takeaway.
Go ahead,
man. We
our major takeaway is physical. Our major takeaway is just a point of attack football. Are we fast and soft like Lewis said? Because you could be fast, but if you're soft, that part of the equation is what kills a fast team. All they can do is just going to play bully ball. and they neutralize you when they start playing physical. So we need to start being physical
Bryson,
while
we're gonna
being
drop it here
fast.
in a moment.
You know what I'm saying? We need to
Mhm.
be both. You can be fast and physical, but to get punched around like that is not acceptable.
Yeah, 100%. I definitely understand your concerns. I do,
And
but I'm
The
just
physical part.
go ahead.
this is what really pisses me off right here.
Go ahead.
Because no one, it's Jermaine. Where have you been, Jermaine? Because he says you don't believe in this team. I'm assuming he's talking about me. Well, Jermaine is funny. I haven't seen you come around these parts for about 4.5, 5 months. What did you take the off season off? Guess what? Everybody on this goddamn panel has not done. Taking a day off. Ali's here Monday through Friday from 6 to 8 a.m. Me and Shake are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Crypto just came on, been doing shows. KP has been around. Papa Paul has his own show. So don't sit here and tell me because I'm bringing up concerns that I don't believe in this team. Where the hell have you fucking been? I'm sorry, Ali, but this is the shit that pisses me off. Ali comes up here Monday through Friday from 6 to 8 a.m. Has Ali is not a believer in this team? So if Ali says one thing negative tonight, Ali, you must not believe in this team. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I trust me. Lewis believes in this team more than anybody, to be honest. So, and he bleeds aqua and orange all day, right? And the fact that he's coming here to address his concerns, that just proves that he's aqua and orange all day because he wants nothing but success from his team. And every fan should want that, to be honest.
And by the way, and that's not the count that Lewis has been on doing Dolphin Spaces 6 days a week.
Yeah, don't forget. Yeah, that's right. Not even this. You didn't even bring up the spaces, Lewis. You're there like 24/7. So
doing Dolphins content. Yeah.
Yeah. So I appreciate everything you do, Lewis. 100%.
Not only me, it's all of us up here. I just can't take comments like, oh, we don't believe in the team or you don't believe in the team. Bro, we got to get out of our feelings. If we can't, again, I can sit up here and blow bubbles at your ass all night if that's what you want. I think the 116 people that we have live watching us, they don't want to hear, ice cream cones and unicorns all night. They want to hear the real. Continue, bro. I'm sorry.
They want the real.
I do kind of agree with Kevin Lee's comment, Lewis. Kevin Lee, shout out.
What
Says,
was that? Can you bring it? Can you read
tonight,
it? I can't see my screen.
I'm reading it. Ali and panel, tonight shows we can't rely on our running backs at all. We need Taylor, period. I don't think it's all the running backs you can't rely on. What I will say that having a back like that can help your offensive line and help other areas of the field on offense, to be honest. So I would say, do you think that Miami should just go ahead and be the ones that cave in, Lewis? Do you think that's what we should do based on what we saw today? Do you think that should be somebody they should go after and still get, or what? How do you feel about that?
Who was that? I didn't hear. Who was that?
Kevin Lee's saying that this is a testament that we need Jonathan Taylor. I'm sorry, Jonathan Taylor. Do you think that's, do you think what he's saying that is true? Do we absolutely need Jonathan Taylor based on what you saw today from our running backs, or no? I mean, the best was Savon Ahmed, who had 4 carries for 40 some yards, but beyond that, it was Brooks. Brooks was the next best guy out there, to be honest.
Well, that's just a number thing, man. You really can't. There wasn't enough of sample size to tell. I mean, Raheem Mostert had a nice 8-yard run in his limited carries. So you're right. It's a preseason game. It's going to be hard to judge that until we see what happens in the regular season. But again, aside from the X's and O's and the stats accumulation of the various players, the thing we need to take away from this game, or we need to be thinking about, is the physicality. It's not really a numbers thing at this point. It's how we were tossed around by that team. That was disturbing. And the way the game ended was an exemplar of how we were manhandled throughout the game. I mean, we had guys leaving on stretchers. None of their guys left on stretchers. You know what I'm saying? And aside from that, they were gashing us for 8 and 9 yard run. I mean, I don't want to rehash the same thing over and over again, but it was not a good look. The only saving grace is that it is a preseason game. But no Dolphin fan can be cheered up by what they saw tonight. You just can't. I mean, Skylar's out there throwing picks. You know, it wasn't a good time at all.
I got a hot take. What do you guys think about the center position?
Disoriented.
Do you guys think that this center position we need a change of guard or something? Because
yes, we need a new center. It's about time. That man's going to single-handedly cost us a football game.
Yeah,
that could potentially be a playoff. We can't afford for a single player with a single possession, a single snap, changing the momentum of a game against a good team, especially a playoff type team.
Remember the high snap?
That's brutal, and it comes at the freaking terrible times of the game.
Yeah, and the scary thing was the way. I mean, Tua could have been hurt on that, honestly. The way he ran back there trying to get on the ball.
Yeah, to try to get on the ball, right?
Yeah,
stuff like that can get people injured.
Yeah.
You can get your quarterback hurt on plays like that, high snaps. Somebody can be in his grill.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually drop the link here shortly, so you guys can start coming in the back. But I'm gonna let the TFTG guys here finish it out before I start bringing you guys up. But I'm gonna start dropping the link here right now. So,
it's time to get an actual real center, somebody who played the position.
I mean, let me put this hot take out there, and it's not. Look, we need a center, and I get that, but what do the Colts need offensive line help? At center maybe.
No. And why would they want our problem child, anyways?
Well, because technically that center was also a really good left guard too.
I know.
Well,
I know that.
Well, why don't they put him? We put him at left guard.
That's true.
To get a real center.
I know. Dan Feeney kind of did a all right job when he came in, so I would say, that was good. You know what's funny? We all through OTAs when Connor Williams wasn't there, we were hearing Liam Eichenberg at center, and the reviews were not bad, right? And see, this is what kind of gets me about Coach McDaniel. And this is where I'll give all you guys credit about your preseason talk, right? Oh, it's just to work on things. It's to look at guys. If he's giving you at OTAs good snaps at center, we all know at left tackle he's a bust. At guard, he's turning out to be a bust. Why not put him in at preseason at center and see what you have? Like, why not make that move?
Right.
That's a good point.
You got nothing to lose.
The easiest position on the offensive line is center. You don't really have no one unless someone's lined up right over the ball, but usually that's not the case. You're the help position, right? You're looking and helping either guard. Maybe that's the position for Liam Eichenberg, and that again, I don't want to sound negative, and I don't want to sound like I don't believe in the team. But if I was McDaniel, I would have took a look at Liam Eichenberg.
That's not being negative, bro. That's exactly what this is supposed to be for, to evaluate and see what you got. And you didn't do that with
use the preseason to do it, right?
Yeah.
Not just this OTAs and one-on-one practices in between teams. Do it in the live game action in the preseason.
What up, fellas?
What's up, El Kevin? How's it going?
What's up, Cap?
The sky is falling, Cap.
Listen,
I refuse to believe it, Cap. I refuse.
It's Armageddon.
The text, homie that went down today was sad. I watched a little bit of Coach's interview. He was obviously shooken up. But, I mean, dang, this defense was getting out-physicaled. The offensive line was getting out physical. I didn't like how the game ended. I understand. Listen, we're in a different world, fellas, ladies and gentlemen watching. We are officially in the new era of the NFL. Things are a little bit different out here. And before I came on, I watched a little bit of coach's interview, and he was shooken up about it. And then I also watched the last 6 laps of the Daytona 500, and there was a massive wreck at the 5th lap. I mean, we're talking, it looked like Ricky Bobby. It was like a joke. The guy must have, he literally flipped his car like 15 times, and that's no exaggeration after going airborne. But they kept going with that race afterwards. And I get it. I'm not trying to be insensitive here, but I feel bad for some of these younger guys that's their last opportunity in some ways. And I hope that Davis is all right and everything like that, but this is a slippery friggin' slope, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm going to say on the subject.
Real quick, just so everybody knows, Dolphins wide receiver Dawood Davis suffered an injury in tonight's game and has been taken to the Baptist Medical Center in Jacksonville for further evaluation. He is conscious and has movement in all extremities, just so you guys know that.
That's good. I saw the replay of the hit. It didn't look like a helmet-to-helmet or a targeting. It just looked like an unfortunate catching
almost
him
like a
across the
freak
face.
Accident or something.
It was
like
just
that,
an unfortunate guy was coming in,
Yeah.
took his head away, and he brushed, and when he got slung around, he got clipped. And so, but stopping the game was a little off, and I get it. It's preseason, and you know what? The Dolphins were getting out physical, and I feel like there's a lot of soft fans in this fan base that are all right with this ending because they were getting out physical. I'm gonna call it like I say. I ain't holding fucking back. Fuck this shit, bro. I was not all right with that because this is a slippery slope, Dolphin fans, NFL fans. You start stopping games because the sport is unbecoming of what it is, and they're gonna change it in ways you're not gonna like. Just speaking the facts. I'm sorry. That was my take.
Yeah, it all started in the Buffalo Cincy game. That's when it really just fell out.
Well, it actually started with the Ryan Shazier. And then they got the NFL kind of got a little mainstream media crucified by him a little bit. And I'm sorry, dude. Like, listen, everybody knows what this game is. From you play it in Pop Warner to high school to college to the NFLs.
It's a physical game. That's what it's all about. It's physicality.
Game of
it's
gladiators,
violent.
bro. It is the modern day gladiators.
Exactly.
And it is as
100%.
safe as you're going to get it without changing it to something else.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to argue
throwing games. Are they going to be throwing games? Are they going to be saying not throwing the games, but are they going to say, "Hey, we're not going to play the last 10 minutes of regulation. They're down 3 touchdowns. This team is going to concede."
Well, El Cap,
we conceded.
Yeah,
we conceded.
I definitely understand. I agree. And
it's
here's
an
the
odd
other
thing, man. It's a
here's the other part of it. Here's the other part of it. And this is this is a broken
conceding.
take. This is like a little tidbit that it's going to be on one of my broken take episodes, but I'm going to give it to you guys like a little spoiler, right? If they do go down that road and start changing this game in ways where it's not as physical as it was, that is a way that the NFL can manipulate and actually storyline the outcome the way they want it every time.
Now you're picking up what I'm putting down, bro. Now you're picking up what I'm putting down.
I mean, we're way down that road already, man. I mean, come on. I mean,
I know, but
we have a lot of
the physicality. When they take away the physicality, bro, they can do it right in front of your face, and there's nothing you can do about
There
it.
ain't a damn thing you can do. This shit slowly becomes baseball in this motherfucker. I ain't having that happening.
I have something that I could do. Just watch another sport.
I'm not interested in watching another sport. I'm gonna put my
that
foot
would
in
be
to
hard to
protect
do.
this with our lives, dog.
Yeah, football
Protect it
is
with
the
our
sport
lives
here in the United States. So that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I
So,
stopped watching basketball. So.
but off that subject, I seen some okay things, but all in all, dude, Skylar Thompson, wow, he does not look comfortable in there. He looked rough, dude. Hot and cold with this kid. Some good things out of the O-line. I like that Lamb Wynn connection. I thought Wynn did all right, and Austin Jackson did pretty decent on the right side. But Connor Williams with these snaps, dude, continue to make me sick to my stomach, bro.
I'm telling you, he's gonna cost us a game. That's gonna cost us a playoff.
Cost us a game. He might cost us the season if freaking Tua's up here like this on an early high. An early high snap is gonna murder this kid.
You don't think he's doing it on purpose, do you?
What do you mean do it on purpose?
Man, El Cap's really thinking about it.
I wouldn't say that it's purposeful, but
I mean, come on, dude. The guy looked really good most of last season. He had maybe 1 or 2 snaps that this happened all season.
No, he had like 7 or 8 last season.
He had more than that.
He was he had
quarterbacks bailed him out on catching them.
Okay, he only had like 2 go over his head where he couldn't get it. He had like shit. He's already had 1 this preseason.
Yeah. Well, he's had it. No, he's had it in pretty much everywhere, not just in training camp, but also in the game, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it makes me question. Like, he was much better last season. What's different? He still has Rob Hunt.
Are you saying he's trying to get paid? That's not a good way to get paid.
No, but maybe
that's not a good way to get paid.
No, but I have a different take on it. My take is maybe he's trying to manipulate his way off this team because he ain't getting paid. Do you understand you know what I'm saying? That's a different take.
Well,
and I know it's bad for me to say that. I know
but that's dangerous.
Is he playing that game because he knows that they're shopping his job to other guys? Because I saw 2 other centers out there today.
Yeah,
you know,
and maybe that's what it. And here's my thing. That's why I asked: do Colts need a center? That's why I broached the question, because at this point, I'm one of those people that would do anything to get Jonathan Taylor. If they want the extra draft picks, so be it. Or if they want one of our offensive linemen outside of Armstead and Rob Hunt, who's your pick?
We don't have nothing to offer them from the offensive line.
Fuck that. Yeah. This is our O line. I ain't giving up no O lineman.
I don't know. Our Orlando looks like pretty crap today, according to Lewis and everybody else. I mean, I'll give it away.
That's why we ain't giving away.
Our inside run.
They ain't taking that. You don't think the Colts are watching this game too?
Our D line didn't stop the run, but Wilkins and Sealer were not in there. So
yeah, Armstead wasn't there on the O line either. So that's
Armstead wasn't there, but I wasn't.
No, he wasn't there.
I saw some decent things out of the O line, but the inside run blocking wasn't that great.
Siler and Christian Wilkins weren't there last week neither.
The running backs made the O line look
remember,
good.
Lou, a lot of that first half was most of, if not all, of the starters for their team. And they got a lot of young guys playing right now. And don't get me wrong, I did not like the lack of physicality. Didn't like that. I don't like to see my trenches pushed around out of sole physicality, bro. Their D-line was putting a hat on a hat and getting sideways with us at the end of the second quarter, and it got ugly, and it never recovered.
Which
hold on, Lewis, real quick. I just want to keep you 100% factual, okay? Christian Wilkins, you're right, wasn't there, but Zach Seiler did play a series last week.
Yeah,
just so you know.
that's what I said. The first series. Yeah.
Okay.
But
the rest of the series, the rest of the game is what you're talking about. I get you.
CJ Stroud, Damian Pierce. I think they played like 3 series last week, if I'm not mistaken. They played like 3.
Right. Yeah.
Actually, they played
one half.
Actually, they played like the whole first quarter. Remember, because Tua only had those 2 drives, and CJ played 2 more drives after that. With Damian Pierce. I'm just saying, bro. Listen, they didn't play well tonight. Nobody did.
We got pushed around. We got pushed around.
Jalen Phillips is a monster, right? And these are the things that we have to bring up. Because everybody cries in this fan base about our offensive line. Whether we agree or disagree, that's fine. But we know maybe the offensive line could be an issue. All we hear at Dolphin practice, Bradley Chubb is in the backfield for a would-be sack. Jalen Phillips is always in the backfield with a would-be sack. Did you even see them next to Trevor Lawrence today? Because I could.
The man had the cleanest jersey in the stadium.
Jalen Phillips.
I did see Jalen
Phillips
Phillips get 2 flags on him.
Okay,
But other than that, he was clean.
And I also seen Jalen Phillips get put on his ass, driven back like 13 yards and thrown on the floor. I also seen that. Like, what are we talking about here? Again, Jalen Phillips during the season is not going to be going against Liam fucking Eichenberg and Austin Jackson at practice. He's going to go against guys like he's seen today in Cam Robinson that was pushing him on his ass for most of the game. Like, what are we going to sit here and just not acknowledge that? Like, bro, it was. I'm sorry, but what do you want?
Yeah, Jalen had a bad game.
Ali, I'm sorry, and El Cap, I'm sorry, but am I lying? Like, what? We have to start telling the people the facts. We got pushed around like
we got. Yeah, you're right. We do have to give the facts. We got pushed around in a preseason game.
Oh wait, no, I won't let that be the precursor because those were the starters out there.
It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. It does matter.
Starters. Okay, but knowing the fact as a starter, and I already parenthesized this earlier in the show, El Cap. It's a preseason game. Damned if I'm going to give 100% in a preseason game when I know I'm a lock starter on this team, and I know for a fact I'm making this team. I don't need to prove anything. I need to protect myself.
But then why are you playing that?
Attitude?
That's the coach. That's on Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, you can't do.
That ain't the attitude on my.
If you're gonna play, you need to participate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You got to get it.
I don't even believe Miami Dolphins wanted to play their starters. The only reason they did is because Jacksonville announced they were doing it. And they
wanted to keep them loose. They asked him that question, Ali, already. They said they want to get them loose before the season.
Why are we worried about what other teams are doing? We shouldn't have to do our football team because another football team. See, I don't believe that neither. I think McDaniel was going to play their starters, and I think what we're doing tonight is giving a lot of damn excuses. Our football team, is, as of right now, currently constructed, we are fast and soft. That's what we are. And I'm not calling about the players that are soft or nothing, but we are a finesse football team. We know what real...
That finesse defense is driving me nuts, bro.
Thank you.
That finesse defense is killing me, bro. I'm tired.
Yeah,
it better get better because right now this reactionary finesse defense is gonna get exposed out here. And you know what? When you do that, you're supposed to, when you get inside the 30 and get in the red zone areas, you're supposed to clamp down. I didn't see no motherfucking clamping down. I saw guys spread all over. I did not like what I saw out of our defense. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not
Cap,
gonna bullshit you on that.
Hey, Cap, what did I put in the group chat? It looked a lot like Josh Boyer was calling the plays, huh?
Bro, that ain't
look
no
like a Josh
lie.
Yeah, it looked like Josh.
That looked like Josh Boyer was calling football out there.
What happened? What happened on 3rd and long, 3rd and 17? Looks like we had a conversion, right? What about all those Josh Boyer criticisms?
And this is all I'm saying for the people that want to say, oh, we're just being negative. And weren't we praising the defense last week when they dominated a bad Houston Texan team? Right? We were saying the defense was flying around. They were making plays. Oh, they made C.J. Stroud look horrible. Well, what happened today against a divisional playoff team? Not a wild card weekend because they won their wild card weekend matchup. The Jacksonville Jaguars are a legitimate, young, and up-and-coming team that just made the playoffs last year. Went to the second round, gave the Kansas City Chiefs everything they could handle, and then today come out with their number ones against our number one defense and absolutely dominated from start to finish.
They did dominate that defense. I'm not going to lie, bro. After that first drive, I
tell you what, Vangio is going to be an angry son of a bitch.
They didn't punt till the last series of the fourth quarter. They scored on every drive except for the last. Real quick,
I know Vangio gonna go up on, but will McDaniel do it?
Hold on a second. I wanna read Michael K's. I'm guessing
don't read Tiffany's. Don't read Tiffany's.
I'm gonna read it because he paid for it.
Don't even.
It's Jay Taylor Fantasyland for the $5 donate. He says, "So you're saying this channel has been lying to its listeners all summer long?"
Stop.
I knew that was him because I can hear.
What the hell is he talking about,
bro? Get that crap
I can hear
out of
the
here.
condescendingness.
I'm not even going to read any of his chats for the rest of the night.
Here you go, though. Here you go, Kat. The excuses for the season has already started. Here we go.
I was gonna ask.
What is Alex Renee Diaz talking about? I can't see my screen.
Lewis, stop. Fangio was calling vanilla plays. Were we saying he was calling vanilla plays last week?
Oh my God, vanilla plays. Here we go.
Was he calling vanilla plays last week? This is what I'm saying. We should be able to dominate the Houston Texans. Congratulations. The Miami Dolphins are better than Houston. Are we better than the goddamn Jacksonville Jaguars? That's the question we need to be fucking asking ourselves. Because in the playoffs, guess what, Alex Renee Diaz? You're not seeing the Houston Texans. You're seeing teams like the goddamn Jaguars. Now you tell me. I'll pose
Jaguars
a question.
gonna be in the playoffs, bro. They're gonna be there.
Hey, I'll ask you a question. I've asked to the the panel earlier. If you were just a fan of either one of the teams tonight, right? Who does it look like the team that is ready to go into week one?
Tell you what, their D line definitely looks like the team ready to go into week one. Their D line's good.
Yeah, their D line was crushing.
Come on, bro. Like, what are we doing?
That offense is firing. It's got weapons. They look like they're figuring.
Yeah, and they had what's his name come back.
Doug Peterson.
What's his name?
Doug Peterson looks like he's got
that wide receiver that got suspended. Julio Jones. Ridley.
Calvin Ridley's
yeah,
there.
not Julio Jones.
Yeah, good. They're running back.
Really came back.
They got, dude, listen, they do a lot. They were running good outside zone. They were running good downhill, wide open holes. They gouged us at times.
And that's also part of the reason why. Yeah, they are a really good football team. They're better than the week one opponent that we have. I believe they're better than the Chargers.
Oh, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Los Dolphinaticos, when you wake up tomorrow and you eat your Lucky Charms, come and go chase the rainbow. And at 2 o'clock when I do my post-reaction show, come tell me what the rainbow looks like. That is fucking ridiculous. Oh, we're overreacting. So tomorrow morning when you wake up in your whitey tidies and you're eating your Lucky Charms, go out there and tell me what the rainbow looks like after. What are we doing out here, Cat? This is ridiculous, bro.
You know what, Lewis? I'm going to go give me a bowl of Lucky Charms just in that honor, man.
If you read that super chat, El Cap, I'm walking away. I'm gonna pull a color and walk away.
What about Sugar Smack? Should I give me some Sugar Smacks or some freaking Fruit Loops?
Ali, has he been coming for your neck or something? Why are you so mad at him?
Tiffany's just bitching because I call him Tiffany now since he has a tiff with everybody.
All right. Well, I figured if up to you. And 72 Fins logo has something nice to say. Thank you for the show.
Thank you for the show. Love you guys. Thank you, 72.
And I don't mean to slide that in on there real quick, Ali. I'm just letting you know.
You can read it, whatever. Go ahead and read it.
I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read it. But if you wanted to open the panel, Ali, I know that's
we have everybody waiting. And listen, before we do this,
you want to activate timeouts beforehand?
Yeah, we can activate timeouts.
Well.
Hold on.
Somebody time Alex out. Somebody time him out.
Hold on. Before you do that, what are the rules when it comes to the host?
What do you mean?
We've never done it on my show.
I usually,
before.
if I bring a panel up and I activate timeouts, everybody's victim.
Everybody's free game. Yeah.
Everybody's free game. That's how it goes.
All right. Well,
now
the other thing is we have a lot of people waiting and a lot of people that are trying to come backstage, and we're packed right now. So please do understand, if you're not talking, we may move you in and out and stuff like that.
I'm gonna go and find the link, and I'm gonna post it, or I'm gonna pin it to the top of the page.
Here we go, right here. Hey,
I might as well get started early. Somebody time Alex out. Somebody time him out.
Ali, before we bring everybody up, right? You've been up here with me, or I've been up here with you. This is your show. I've been up here for about 35, 40 minutes. Have you ever heard me say once that the Miami Dolphins are a 6-11 football team?
No, not one bit.
So why would Alex? I agree with Crypto. Somebody time Alex the fuck out. Get him the fuck out.
Right.
Listen, if for all the haters in the chat, because I know Lewis has a following of haters, right? This is the reality of it, right? Lewis just has high expectations of this team. And today, regardless if it's preseason, regular season, doesn't matter, or off season, they did not meet his expectations. That's why he's off the rail. Right now, if they come out week one and they dominate the Chargers, I guarantee you he's going to be a sprinkler system for Aqua and Orange, spreading it on everybody. That's the reality of it. So I don't care. Get your 6-11 shit or whatever made up shit that you want to try to put in his mouth and take it somewhere else. Go take that to another Dolphin show or somewhere else. So Just saying. All right, should we unlock the gates? Did you create the new banner for the timeouts?
Yeah, I'm trying to make it as a scroll. I think that's pretty good. Timeouts in effect, dollar for dollar, $2 equals 2 minutes, $10 equals 10 minutes, and so on. If you can't figure out the math, I don't know how to fucking help you guys. Jesus.
Here we go. We're unlocking the floodgates.
Manny, what's good, homie?
Let's go, baby.
As you unlock, man, I don't know, man.
Guys?
What's good?
People are just purposely stupid or something, man. I mean, nobody up here is saying that we suck, but we're being objective and saying we look like shit tonight. That's just
yeah,
what
I
it
gotta
is.
be honest. I gotta be honest.
That's objectivity at its finest, KP.
I just think that I expected us to look like shit, to be honest. I definitely did, because I didn't really think the starters really were going to be a factor in this game. The fact that they played okay, yeah, and the fact that they looked bad, all right, yeah, I see your guys' point, but I'm still thinking that it's a preseason game. That's why I'm really not evaluating it too harshly.
It's a preseason game. Wins and losses are irrelevant, but you don't want to get physically dominated that way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ali, I agree with you to
I
a
was
point
only
for sure.
kidding, y'all.
It
I
doesn't
was only
matter.
kidding.
It's preseason, but
Yeah.
I don't like getting like last year. My biggest beef with the team is our best tackler was an undrafted free agent, Kader Kohu. We were soft. We couldn't tackle last year, and so I kind of saw those same tendencies with the softness. Now again, it don't matter. But in my opinion, there's a lot of work we gotta do in the next couple weeks. That's just my opinion. There's a lot of work, you know.
I know. Real quick.
Was I hearing things, or did Big Fan just said he's still not satisfied with his defense?
Can I say something real quick?
I didn't hear that press conference, Mountie fans.
You should know I was just joking, Lewis.
He said it in the past.
Can I say something, man?
That he wanted.
Like this team didn't even compete. If you ask me, McDaniel didn't even bring them to compete. And I hear you say, Ali, it's the preseason game, and you're right, but it's how you want to go into the season, bro. You want to go into the season.
I definitely for momentum purposes, I definitely agree with you. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
And then again, they're men. They're men, Ali. You know what I'm saying? You go out there and match physicality with physicality. And me, myself, I think this team is a copy of what the coach is. And that's soft, bro. That's soft.
Yeah, 72 Finn's logo. If thank you for the $2 donation. I understand it may not let you in yet, but that's because we might be full at the time.
I don't think the coach is soft. I just think he has a different way of doing things.
That's not a good take, Fred. I'm sorry.
And as far as play calling, come on, man, you open things up and you play. I know it's the last preseason game, but you treat that like a first game of the season, man, and you carry that.
It was a semi-dress rehearsal.
And you carry that going into.
That's what it was. Tua would have never played.
No, I agree. I agree with the play calling offense. I have nothing against the offensive play calling. I'm gonna say this now. Here's the thing. Are there concerns? Should we be upset? Yeah, of course, definitely, because they didn't come out to play.
I'm
agree.
upset if the Dolphins lose any game, no matter the importance. To be honest, 100% honest.
I get that.
This is a preseason game. That's why I'm like, the sky isn't falling there. The thing is that they did not show up tonight. They looked like crap. And I'm gonna be
execution wise.
Okay, execution wise, they did not execute when they needed to execute. Now I'm gonna put some positive spin on this. Ahmed looks like he's earned a roster spot. That's one. Okay, the offensive line,
no doubt.
The offensive line.
Ahmed left on a stretcher, along with two other Dolphin players, Elijah Perry and David Davis.
I didn't know he got hurt. I know he got hurt when he got tackled.
No, he went into the tent. They say he was all right.
Okay. But all right, fine. I get that. The offensive line was not bad. It wasn't
good.
It was excellent, no, but it was okay.
No,
it wasn't
good.
I think it was good. Okay, I think it was good. Can it get better?
Did you guys forget that last season? Last season, it was evident how much the offense missed Teron Armstead. when
Can I
Teron
say
Armstead
something?
wasn't on the field, that offense looked trash. And so to say that you just had one guy that wasn't a part of the offense, no, you're missing a key piece to that offense, the most important player on that offense, and it was evident last season,
Can I
evident
say
today
something?
as well.
We got to
Okay,
figure
so
something out. Then that's a head coaching responsibility, not
Can
to
I say
let that
something,
be
guys?
and
that
another thing,
detrimental.
I'm gonna leave it like this, real quick. I'm gonna leave it like this. This tonight showed you on that defense that Christian Wilkins is not going
Can I say
nowhere.
something?
That's another
He's not
important piece
going
right there,
nowhere.
Alex.
You
Good
just gotta
point.
hop in.
Good point. Good point with the Christian Wilkins thing. Good point.
He's not going nowhere.
And that's what
Whatever.
I.
So what
And
are you
that's what
doing?
I
You giving
was.
them $20 million,
You
Alex?
have no
Yes.
choice.
Can I say
Yes.
something?
You have no
Yes.
choice.
72. You just gotta hop
Just
in,
Go ahead,
hop
brother.
in, bro.
72.
Just
Hop
hop
in,
You
in.
got no
72.
I'm
choice.
here,
Thank
but
God. We
can you
better
guys
not
hear
skip
me?
Craycraft.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
start talking,
yeah, I can
brother.
hear you, bud.
They'll stop talking if
all
you
right.
talk. I know.
Okay. Now, this was the third preseason game, right? We didn't have anything
Yeah.
game plan. There's no game plan involved here. So
Okay.
why we all like
Because
freaking
the
out about
game
the whole
plan and
thing?
What was
Because
the game plan?
there's
the
no
game
there's
plan
no
and
game
football
plan though.
is to
There's
never
no
get
game
your
plan.
ass kicked. 72
Who
is right.
cares?
So
Who
did the other
cares?
team. They didn't have a
72 is
game
right.
plan neither.
Warner,
Let's just act
Exactly.
like the Dolphins only played by themselves.
And tonight we got our ass kicked.
There's no game plan. Who cares?
manhandled.
Who cares?
The other team didn't have a game plan neither.
You will care.
Exactly.
Slap you in the face, you will care. You don't stand
That's
out
right.
there.
No,
There was a game plan. There was a game plan today, but the game plan was assessment and evaluation. And the question is assessing what?
Exactly.
Assessing
There's
what? Hold
always
up.
a game
Don't freak out,
Assessing
man.
what?
It was just no game
Assessing
plan,
what?
man. God.
Hold on. I think
No,
I
no.
understand what
Hold
Smith
on.
is saying.
The game plan is different and in preseason as opposed to the regular season. Now the game plan tonight was assessment, and the question is assessment on what? Execution. Execution.
This is not a game.
I think Tua did great.
Wins and losses are
Now if they game
The
plan
defense did great.
and open up the playbook, no, that's a different story.
The defense did great, man.
Good. How? How did
The whole team did great.
Nobody
You
did
have
great.
to be trolling.
Nothing did
You know
great.
why? You know why they did great? Because there wasn't no game plan.
No, man, no.
Damn,
like
man,
it's
guys,
only-
come
we're
on
the
now.
only team on the football field.
Almost be spoken out.
How about the fact that they didn't have a game plan neither?
Why did any other
Crypto, exactly, Crypto. Exactly, I'm with you.
They scored
Hey, yo.
They're just playing backyard football, man. There's no fucking game plan.
Well, if
They
we
didn't
can
give
get
a fuck.
out physical and bullied by playing backyard football,
They
then
didn't
that's
give a
problem.
fuck what's going on today. They didn't give a fuck about that.
KP, let me get
They
him.
don't.
KP. Let me get him. Hey, 72. The game plan is to go out there and compete.
This is a joke.
And play to win the game, bro, and feel good about going into
No,
the
no,
season.
no. That's
Oh
not the
my
game
God.
plan, Fred.
Just like last year,
That
we
is not
felt
the game
good.
plan, Fred.
That game in
That's a
Philly
regular season
last
game
year
plan.
carried us through the
That
first
is
week
a
all the
regular
way to the
season game
Patriots
plan.
game.
All your
That's when the coach
assessments,
pulls all the stops. Open up the
all your
playbook.
assessments-
That's the game plan
all
for the
your
regular
assessments-
season. You're
all-
talking
all
about
your
preseason,
assessments-
Fred.
No,
And in the
all your
preseason, you assess players.
Listen to me,
You
bro.
assess
Listen to me.
execution.
All your
You assess
you should
Yes,
know all your
I agree with you.
after the second
But you
preseason
think the
game.
Dolphins really want to win the game? You think the Dolphins are like, we're gonna go in there and win the game? The Dolphins don't give a fuck about that.
The point
It's
is
not
not to
about
win the
winning a
game.
game.
The point is, yes, the point is
I'm
not to
almost
win.
certain Jacksonville didn't care about winning, but they was playing and concerned about being physical.
They played about. They wanted to win. Jacksonville
Hey.
wanted to win, bro.
No, man.
Fred.
It's about evaluating talent.
That's why they-
Who could play
that's-
certain
Let me
positions?
tell you something.
You don't think they got a
blah.
roster to cut down to 53 men neither?
Yep. Next week
Oh, my
Tuesday.
God.
Next week Tuesday.
Yeah, but
You don't think Jacksonville have 40 men to cut just like we do? So they was
Yes.
evaluating
Right,
players
Crypto.
too.
Correct.
Crypto, I agree with you, Crypto, 100%.
If you think Jacksonville wasn't playing to win that game, then I don't know what you were watching, bro.
Guys, man, come on, man. Come on,
That was not
guys.
the goal. The goal was saying whatever did we accusing us of doing.
The only player that I gotta get
Guys,
props to
come
that
on
I
now.
think earned a spot.
It's about
is
evaluating
Brooks.
players. That's all it's about,
Brooks
man. There's
earned
nothing.
his
There's
spot on
nothing
this
to worry about, man. Well, you guys are worried about something that doesn't make no sense.
Oh, 72.
It doesn't make no
So it's all
sense.
right.
We're just calling a
It's
spade a
72.
spade. That's
I
all
get.
it
Look, I tell you what. I tell you what.
72.
The first game against the
72.
Chargers, when we whooped their ass, and then you guys gonna come back and say
Okay,
he was
but what
right.
indication?
Preseason don't mean shit.
Stop talking just for 1
Worried
second.
about the Chargers. Oh my god.
There we
What
go.
indication from that game shows you that we can go and kick ass week 1?
Hey,
Here's
So
the
you
reason
feel
why I
There's no
think that.
indication of no outcome
Hold on.
other than
Exactly.
if you got a physical
Hold on.
player on the opponent,
Thank you, Crypto.
and us, and we
Hold on.
playing like marshmallows, then that's the only indication.
do you
Crypto
feel
and
good
panel.
about do
I
you
still
feel good
think
about going
You guys are
into
freaking out
to
over
the
something
season
that doesn't
like
make no
this?
sense. That's all.
I
Come on,
freaking
man.
out. We're just
Come on,
calling a
man.
spade a spade.
performance.
That's
So,
all.
Right, we're just calling out the physicality of the
it's a
game.
proper reaction.
We don't care about the outcome.
Exactly.
Who
Guys,
cares?
hold on. One at a time.
It's preseason. Who cares?
One
We
mic.
got blown up on defense
Oh
and
my
offense. I mean,
gosh.
that looked terrible. It looked terrible.
Who gives a
I
shit?
mean,
Who
good.
cares?
I do.
I do.
72. Hold on.
It
72.
looked right, man.
The important thing is the
Physicality
first
wasn't right.
game when the regular season starts, the first game of the year. That's what matters. Who fucking gives a shit what they
Nobody's
play
saying
today?
that. Nobody's
I
saying
do.
it's
Oh
not
my
true.
god,
You
man! You
better
guys are fucking going
Guys,
nuts
hold
about
on. Hold
something
because
on.
that doesn't make no
you can't
sense.
carry that into
Hold on.
you cannot carry that into
Hold
the
on.
regular season.
Guys, we got to have
You
some
cannot
order
carry
here.
that
Guys,
kind of
Yeah, we
stuff.
got
Go ahead,
hold on,
Mr.
one mic.
Polk.
Go ahead,
One
Mike.
So
mic.
what
Go
I'm
ahead, Mr.
Listen,
Polk.
guys,
no,
hold
what
on
I'm
one
saying
second. Let's let Mr. Polk go. Mr. Polk.
what I'm
Why?
saying is you cannot carry the physicality that I've seen today. You cannot carry that into the season, man. I'm sorry.
No.
I love my Dolphins too, but
I agree.
I'm going to criticize them when they're not doing right. We got physically manhandled on both sides of the ball, and we got to do better than that. I don't care if it's preseason or I don't care if we playing a college game. We got to be more physical
Thank
than
you.
what
Thank
we
you,
were
Mr. Polk.
today.
From Pop Warner to high
I
school
agree.
to college
Yo,
to
can I say
NFL,
something,
you
KP?
played to win
Dog.
the game. Yeah, Bryson, you next. Go ahead,
Go ahead,
Bryson.
All
You
right,
got it.
Bryson.
listen, this is my thing. Yeah, you're right. Preseason doesn't matter. Nobody up here is saying that this game affects our record. Nobody is saying that. What we're saying is we did not look like we wanted to win. We didn't look, and even in the evaluation, the only player that I could like evaluate and look at positive, in my opinion, is Chris Brooks. That's the only player that to
Agree.
me
Yeah,
seemed
that's the
like
only person
he
that
wanted
right.
to be
He was
on this
worth
roster.
evaluating.
And
Yeah, that's it. The only
and
person.
and I didn't think that if you watch this game, I didn't think that there was fight in the team. And that does play over to the regular season. Does it affect our record? No, nobody cares. But letting them go up 31 on us and not being competitive is a big deal. Does it affect our record in the regular season? No, but there's a lot of work that we have to do in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's all we're
Yeah.
saying. Does it mean we're going to lose against the Chargers? No, I think we're going to beat the Chargers. But if we don't put the work in the next 2 weeks, we will lose that game.
Right.
If the Dolphins that came out today come out week 1, we lose that game. That's all that we're saying. Is the Dolphins cannot come out like they did today. That's all we're saying. They need to be better.
Thank you, Bryson. Hold on,
Right.
Fred.
From a
Fred, before you
physicality
go, hold on, Fred, you
standpoint,
get it next.
you're right.
Okay.
Hold on, Fred, you
Exactly.
get it next.
Physicality,
Hold on,
crypto.
Fred, you get it next. But hold on
I'll
one
go after
second.
Fred. I'll go after
72, we got to respond to the fact, who cares? Who cares, right? First off, there are 38 guys on this roster who care, who are playing for a position. At least 38, right? Also, Elijah Campbell was stretchered off the field. I'm pretty sure he cared. David Davis, I'm pretty sure he cared. Salvin Ahmed, you cannot step out onto a football field and give anything less than 100% and expect to walk out. You will leave on a stretcher, right? So if they are going on the field with the attitude you suggest, then they don't deserve to be on the NFL or playing on anybody's field, period.
100%,
All right, Fred, what's up?
KP.
Okay. As for what I seen Jacksonville doing was they were wanting to establish what kind of team they were going to be when the season starts. Like they want to establish what everybody know. Like, look, we're gonna be there, and that's how I want my team going into the season, man. Teams knowing, like, look, we're forced to be reckoned with. We ain't here. We ain't joking. You know what I'm saying? I can't go into the season like this. Come on now, come on, man. Yeah, still, I can't go into. I can't bear that,
Alex,
man.
you want to jump in here, Alex?
Yeah, I was gonna jump in here real quick. Now,
You got it,
you
Alex.
know,
What's it? Go ahead.
I'm concerned. Everybody up here is concerned. We all want the best for the team, and we wanted them to perform tonight and carry over into the Chargers game. I am totally on board with that. They did look like garbage tonight. Not gonna lie, there was a lot of holes that need to be fixed and a lot of things that need to be cleaned up before Week 1 against the Chargers. Now, on a positive standpoint, again, I'm going to say this. I still think that this team can win 12 games. I still think that this team can win the AFC East. And I
They're
think
certainly
this team,
talented enough. I think
they
everybody
are
agrees with you,
talented.
Alex.
They are talented enough to win a division. And I think that we definitely need to. I think Chris Greer, after what we saw tonight from the running back room, Jonathan Taylor's got to be here before we got to be a Dolphin for the next 24 to 48 hours. He's got to be in this running back room, because let me tell you something. If what we saw tonight from the running backs, outside of Chris Brooks and Salvin Ahmed, I've been on board, but I've been on panels seeing that our running back room is good enough to win. I am totally wrong about this. I was totally in the wrong with saying that. This team has got to get on the phone with Jonathan Taylor and give up that first round pick to get him here, to get him to Miami, because that's the missing link that we need. He makes the offensive line better. He makes Tua a better quarterback, and he makes Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle even better than what they are right now.
And he can block
not the
too.
what about the defense?
Too. The
what about the
defense?
defense? Can you make the defense look better?
Oh, I think yes. Because you want to know why I think the defense will be better if Jonathan Taylor's here? I'll tell you the reason why. Okay. Number one, actually, there's two things. Number one, sustain drives. Keep the defense on the field and well rested throughout the entire game. Okay. That way, when the defense comes in, they're well rested and they're able to get off the field. 3 and outs, well rested, and the offense goes right back to the field to keep putting up points.
Word. Thanks, Alex. Greg, you want to jump in?
A very good running back makes this team entire team.
Hold on. I want to interject real quick. I'm sorry. Alex, I respect your answer and I appreciate you apologizing, stating that this running back room does have a need for improvement. I agree. But I don't think it costs a first round pick. What I do think it may cost an additional pick, but it doesn't have to be the first round pick. And that's just, I think they say it may cost a first round pick. I just think they want a slew of picks, and we may have only offered them part of what they want and not the slew of the picks they want. So
Ali,
go ahead.
the thing is, I'm sorry to interject. I apologize. I agree with you, but do you think that do you think that 2 seconds and a third and a fifth gets the job done?
Yes, why not?
That's a lot of picks, man. 2 seconds.
Jonathan Taylor, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a quick question, Bryson. If you win a Super Bowl, do you really care about those picks anymore?
No, you don't. But what my point is I don't think you need 2 seconds. I think you can do it. Because if you look at the Christian McCaffrey trade, which is what probably they're going off of,
it's got to be equal to a
it's
first.
a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth. That's what Christian McCaffrey went off of.
He's better than McCaffrey. I'm going to be honest.
I hate this fucking game. This game sucks.
I don't know. I don't know what Jim Irsay. This is my thing. I think you gotta go get JT. To be honest with you, I'd rather give one first and 2 seconds and thirds and fifths and sixths. Give one, but that might be a crazy take. I don't know. I think Jim Irsay's ego's getting in the way of this trade. Personally,
see, I told everybody that Irsay, the way he does things, he doesn't do them unless it looks like he's winning, and that's why he's playing this thing to make it look like, he's winning. And then watch it end up being that Greer adds an additional 7th or 6th round pick on it. See, I won. I got more picks. That's basically how I think he's going to move.
Ali, Irsay said that Tuesday.
that Tuesday deadline. I mean, for a reason. I mean, it may just be to
because
satisfy his ego,
the
but they're really in no
Tuesday deadline
position.
is because of the
They're
53-man
really in no.
roster.
But
Yeah.
and Irsay's in no position to give up. I mean, that leverage. He's got this time to play with, to squeeze, to finagle, and that's exactly
he
what
has
he's
till
doing.
Monday. That's why I'm
Ollie.
thinking. I'm thinking Monday. You'll see something happen. Go ahead.
Ollie, to answer your question, bro, I'd give my left nut for a Super Bowl. There's nothing that I would not give for a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's what my point is.
The
Listen,
Dolphins play like shit today. I love that.
here's the reality. Okay, here's the reality for me.
I'm the dumbass.
What's the dumb? What? Excuse me.
What?
No, I'm saying that the Dolphins play like shit today for a reason, but you guys don't want to hear that anyway. So go ahead.
What do you mean? What is the reason?
Wait,
What is the reason?
Because they're not going to give up anything for the first game of the year, man. Come on now. The Dolphins didn't give a fuck who played like shit. They don't care. It doesn't matter. It's about the first game of the year. Come on, guys, man. You guys all going, getting your panties all tied up.
17-game season.
Who cares?
It's about the
The
first
Jags
game.
didn't give up
Hey,
anything. They
72.
won the game. What are you
72.
talking about?
I'll say this about the preseason. The only thing that doesn't count.
It
about
doesn't
the preseason is the
matter.
record.
Oh my
Everything else matters.
Let him finish.
Tell that to the 33 people that's going to lose their job in 48 hours.
Right, Crypto.
37,
Trying to make a spot.
Listen, guys.
There's 37 players getting cut.
This last game,
They about to be
it
begging groceries.
doesn't
Tell that to them. It
matter.
doesn't matter.
Why you guys all getting crazy about something that doesn't matter?
Players that are about to get cut. Does it matter?
Yeah,
Okay,
because
yeah,
you're talking to the people that
I
about to
understand what you're
lose their
saying.
jobs.
It's their
But the
And their
Dolphins,
livelihood's about to go out the window. You tell them it don't matter to them?
the personnel, the coaches, whatnot. You think they care?
Yeah, I do.
About winning? Hold on. They care about winning? What they're doing is they're trying to evaluate who's going to make the team. That's all. They didn't care about winning. You think they really care about winning? Come on, guys. Come on. Please.
Dude,
please.
No one's arguing over wins and losses. It's about whether or not you're getting your head pounded in because you're being out physical.
But
that's still a part of the game.
You guys are talking about winning. Oh, the Dolphins look like shit. Blah 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 blah. That they didn't win the game.
No, they got
It
bullied.
doesn't matter.
Forget the fucking score. You don't get it. Even if they don't take score, they still got bullied and punished.
Who cares? Who fucking cares?
They got fucking put in leather straps.
Who cares?
They got beat with whips. That's what happened.
Who cares?
Turn up, Crypto.
Is it the regular season?
What do you
Is
mean?
it the
Who
beginning
cares?
of the year?
There's
This is the
37
first
people
game
that's going to be
against-
collecting a pink slip.
Regardless, if
it's the beginning of
the amount of you keep saying, as long as you keep repeating that same talking point,
wants to see the team.
the minute you keep repeating that same dumb, lame ass talking point,
Yeah, go play Madden, dude.
that's a lame ass talking point.
Then you
All
cannot care about the animated players you're moving around with the joystick, because that's what it sounds like. You're relating these real life human beings to. You don't care. Well, I break a leg. I don't care. It doesn't matter. He wasn't gonna make the team anyway. Fuck
Dude,
that guy.
you signed up for that. You signed up to play football, and those are the chances you
And
have to
that you
take.
care, voila!
Unpassionate
Because they
person
signed up
usually-
to care. Because their job is on the line.
Listen,
Exactly.
Go play video games if that's the way you think about the team. Then you cannot care, right? These are real life human beings who play the game.
Yes,
Now, to be
I
fair,
understand, but they signed up for
nobody is
that.
wrong.
They signed up for
Nobody is
that.
wrong. I
Yeah, but
understand
you don't
both
get
sides of the
signed
spectrum.
up to get pushed around the way that we did, man.
It's like
You know,
it's like
I
you're
understand
gonna
both
go be
sides of
a
the
police
spectrum.
officer. Hey, you're gonna go sign as a police officer, but you have to understand that you're gonna get killed in the line of duty.
Yeah, but it's a difference between a police
Oh my
officer and a
God.
football player.
You just misunderstood, bro.
A football player.
What the hell is signing up as a police officer that do this? What does that have to do with the price of beer in Germany?
Or loss.
You're gonna go sign up to what? To put your life on the line, right? Just like a football player. He's putting his life on the line when he plays football.
Dude, that's not even the same thing.
No one's talking. That's not.
That's
That's a totally different topic.
I don't think he knows.
Defend you on that.
I don't think he
Bro,
knows.
You comparing apples to oranges with that. Come on now. I know better than that.
Before
You guys are all worried about fucking preseason fucking game. Who cares about the third preseason? Who cares about that?
I'm worried about my freaking football team getting punched in the
Crypto,
mouth and out
KP,
physical.
hold on.
It's okay,
Let me
man.
respond to 72 real quick. 72, listen to what
He
I'm
pissing me
saying.
off, man.
Now they do
ragdoll.
care. We all in here care about the Dolphins. We all want them to
Of
win.
course, I care about Dolphins too.
I know you do, but here's what I'm saying. What they have concerns, and these are legitimate concerns that they need to clean up before the first game of the season against the Chargers. Now, whether or not we win or we lose in the preseason, it doesn't matter. That's what they're saying. What they are saying is that they did not come to play. They got physically manhandled by a legitimate playoff team in the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay, now let me ask you something.
Listen.
Okay, can I say something?
Let him go.
Can I say something? Do you think the coaches said, guys, it's a third preseason game, man. You don't have to go over there and give your body up and get hurt?
No, I don't
You know
think that's
what
what
I'm
the
saying?
coaches said.
Maybe not. We don't know that, right? We don't know that.
The coaches did say that he should have been that McDaniel should
But
have
we
been
don't
in the
know
NFL.
that, though.
Coach said,
If the
this
coaches
is what
said
the
that, those
coaches
coaches
said.
need to get the hell
No,
up out of
this is
there.
what the coaches
Fuck
said.
them coaches
Go
and
earn
that.
your spot on this roster. That's what they said. Go earn your spot on this roster. This is your last chance to show us you deserve to be on this team. That's what they said. Because that's the whole point of preseason. The preseason isn't to figure out who the starters are. We
Second,
know who
third
the
string.
starters are.
Not the first
point of
string.
preseason- The point of preseason is to figure
The
out
first
who
string
these
ain't
bubble
solidified
guys.
as well.
And even those
That's
second
true,
and
but
third
it's
string
more
There's
players
about
are
there's
playing
people
second
still
and
trying
third
to fight to
spot
get
on
into the
somebody
starting
else's
lineup.
roster. And those other
Listen,
guys are
Crypto,
fighting to
my
get a spot
point
on somebody
is-
else's roster just as much
Now,
as
let me
they're
ask you
fighting to get
something.
on our roster.
You guys don't think that by the third preseason game, the coaches don't know who's going to make the team? Is not going to make the team?
You're missing the
They
point
knew
that
it.
the other
They
guys
knew
are
it
still
was
making
the game.
Yeah, I think you're
they're
missing
still
the point.
making a
I'll
play
tell
for
you
a
what.
place in the NFL. They're playing for a place in the
Evaluation
NFL.
start
If
in-
they perform well in that third game, they may get picked up on somebody else's practice
For
squad.
instance,
If they go
And
against
the
Ash
commentator
in the head,
and
if they
Well,
go
hell,
against
they
Ash
might
in the
even
head,
get picked up
they
on
won't.
somebody else's team
Exactly.
For
right,
They
because
instance,
won't.
that's what the
when they
commentator
making
was
their
saying.
final cuts.
He was
Oh.
that's what
Listen,
that's
guys,
what the commentator was saying. So
hey,
you
I
gotta come out
respect all
and
you
you gotta be
guys. You
physical.
guys are awesome, man. You guys are
I
awesome. I
respect you
respect
too,
all
man,
you
but we're
guys.
gonna tell you when
Seriously.
you're wrong, dude.
And we
I
respect you,
respect.
bud, too,
We
bud.
respect you too,
We're not
but
saying you're wrong.
You got
Exactly.
you got to come out and be physical if you want to make the team. 'Cause
right.
that's what the
I know,
commentator was saying. He was
but
saying
listen,
that they got you
do
got to
you
come
think?
out and be physical.
I know,
We got dog rag, man. We
Hey,
got dog rag.
Craig.
It's no
Hey,
excuse for that.
What's
No
up,
hey,
with
but
you,
do you
excuse.
Dog
guys
Rag?
really
Crazy
think?
Dolphin. What's up, man?
I
You
want
guys
you guys
been
think
Let me go
of
next,
one
man.
thing.
Crypto,
Do you
let me
guys
go next,
really
man.
think
What?
that
KP,
the
let me go
coaching
next,
staff
man.
is telling the guys
Get him,
that
One
Fred.
mic.
Get him,
One
either
Fred.
mic.
Bingo,
first
Fred.
string or second string, they're gonna go bust your ass first string or second string? Now listen to what I'm saying. First string
dude,
or second string. Do you think the coaches are gonna tell them go bust your ass because you have to
bro,
prove to me that you're gonna make
if
the
we
team?
got coaches,
Yes, if I got other first stringers
no,
on there, I'm
Crypto,
gonna
let me
send
say
them a
this,
message.
please. Crypto,
Let-
please. If we got coaches
Right,
telling
right.
players not to play 100%, I don't care if it's practice, preseason, fire that coach right now. I don't
Yes,
want
get him
any
out.
coach
There you
Exactly.
go.
telling
Get the
There you
Fire
hell
the
go.
out
coach
of
now,
here.
There you
exactly.
go.
110%.
Let me ask you a question,
Because
72. Did you ever play?
I'm quite sure, Don.
I'm sorry, Crazy Dolphin. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I am so sorry, Mr. Polk. I apologize.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to ask 72. Did you ever play sports when you were younger?
Yes, I did.
What
Okay.
sports you play? I want to know.
I played
You play
basketball
football?
at varsity, and I also played football as a wide receiver.
Okay, so
High school only.
Okay, do you think your coach said to you, "Listen, don't give it your all tonight. Just go out there and just do what you and just do whatever." Do you think the coach did your coach ever tell you that in a
Well,
preseason game?
you know something? As a starter, no, he never told me that. No. He told me to go
Let
ahead
me
and
ask you
bust
something.
your ass. Yes, he did.
Let me ask him something. Hey, 72, let me ask you something. Do you feel good about going into the season after tonight's game?
Yes, I do.
No.
100%.
God, what?
I think the Chargers might be.
You know why? You know why? I'm going to tell you guys why.
Craig, you knew the answer to that.
Because it's the third preseason game. Hold on. third preseason game. They try and evaluate the backups. This game was about evaluating backups. Second, third string, they're evaluating. They didn't care about winning the game. They didn't care if they got
That's
whooped.
exactly
They
what we
didn't
were
care if they
saying.
got
And
crushed.
them
They
being
didn't
punished
care about
physically,
that.
the way they got
Trust me.
punished was that a successful evaluation. The way they got tossed around like a rag dog physically.
Yeah, the only backup that did
Was
good
that a
was
successful
Thank you,
evaluation for
Crypto.
a coaching style?
Hey, hold on.
That's what
Hey,
I'm talking
look.
about.
Hey, yo.
Because if that's the
Crypto,
case,
you got a
if
good
that's
point. Crypto, you got a good point.
because
I agree
Hey,
with
yeah,
you.
because if that's the case, some of these players not gonna make it on another team. If they're gonna be
A7.
ragdolled the way they're
Hey,
playing
But I'll
today,
tell you guys
they're not
what.
gonna
I'll
make it
tell you
to
guys
another
what.
team. They might as well
A72.
go
The
to
first
Canadian
game,
football and try to
listen,
play there.
I got
against
you,
the
Lakers all day.
Chargers, you guys
I'm
gonna
gonna
see what's gonna happen.
got you.
You
Hey,
guys gonna see
Lakers all
what's gonna
day.
happen.
Hey, Lakers all day. Just gonna
We
say
all
again,
hope you're right, but
welcome,
still,
welcome again. You know,
we got
Lakers
2
all
weeks
day.
and being in limbo right
I
now.
don't
You
know
want
if
it?
you're new
Hey
to
guys,
this.
let Lakers all day have the panel. Let Lakers
Crypto,
all day have the panel.
I agree with you 100%, Papi. You're
Lakers all
right,
day. Go
man.
ahead, bud.
Hey,
Go ahead,
I
bud.
hey.
agree with you.
Okay. Look, me,
All
right?
right.
Okay, look, our starters right now without Christian Wilkins, I'm not saying look at Christian Wilkins, right? He didn't play today. That's fine, right? But our starters that was on the field tonight was trash. Okay, this freaking defense that we have with this zone defense nonsense, this has to stop because
Yeah.
last year and like the year before that, when freaking Brian Flores, right? Brian Flores
Yeah.
had this team playing man-to-man defense, bro,
Yeah.
and we stopped Lamar Jackson. You feel me? So if we out here is gonna play this zone defense crap like we did tonight, we
Yeah,
not
but
going
that's Vic
nowhere.
Fangio's defense,
We did
bud.
not see.
I
We did not
understand
see
that.
any
Tell you,
kind of
that's how
Lakers
we
defense.
all day
play.
kind of sound like
I
Bon
mean,
Joe
are
there
we
for a
sure it's
moment. I
Vic
thought that was
Fangio?
Bon
Because it kind of
Joe.
looked like Josh Boyer
I'm not
tonight.
done yet. I'm not done yet. Hold up, y'all. So listen, so look, you know what I'm saying? Look, we have to stop playing zone defense. We have to because okay, look, if we play Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, they're gonna kill us in these zones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
we have to get this
What
jump
zone defense did
fixed
you see
now.
tonight? Lakers all day.
What you
Tell me
mean?
what defense did you see?
Exactly.
What coverage?
That
What
is my
coverage did you
point.
see tonight?
I seen the corners playing like
There was a lot of soft
10,
zones today.
Yeah.
10 freaking
No,
10
it's
yards
They're
off.
not showing
I
anything, man. There's
understand the
no game
physicality.
plan.
I
Oh my
understand
God.
the physicality and the concerns that people have with it. But coverage wise, we did not see any type of defense tonight. It's all vanilla.
Yeah,
Yeah,
There's
that's
no
called
game
zone.
plan.
And that.
That's
But
no
No
and
game
this
plan.
notion that people plays vanilla.
Oh my
You
God.
still have to line up in base
Hey.
formation
Hey,
to
I
do
got
success.
So did you see
Hey,
a
listen, hold on,
pre-snap and post-snap
guys.
rotation?
guys,
Did you see
guys, hold
a
on, Q,
pre-snap
Yeah.
Hold on, let
Q,
Ali
take the
hold on,
shot
can
and
you
the
guys hear me?
post-snap
talk.
rotation?
Boxing
Can you guys hear
ones,
me?
they was the whole
Hold on,
gamut.
There
Yeah.
ain't no game
No, I did
plan.
not see
Go
anything.
ahead, Ali.
I did not see
Hang on,
anything
Q.
of that sort tonight.
Okay, Q, hold
Let
on one
Ali
second.
talk.
Hold on a second. We have people that are trying to get up through in this panel, right? And we are maxed out right now. So, is there anybody willing to drop down or drop off so we can bring? I got people outside
Ali,
of the
let me
backstage
say
that
my
are
piece
begging.
and I'll be gone. I'll be in the chat.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
say my
All
piece and I'll be in the chat.
No worries, no
All
worries.
right. So, real quick, guys, real quick. Okay. So, I understand the concerns. I understand both sides. Nobody is wrong, and it's not an overreaction. It's a proper reaction, right? It's if you want this team to do any better in the regular season, it's the proper reaction to get mad, right? Is it an indication of what's to come? No, not at all. And because there are factors you have to consider that wasn't on the field tonight, and that is key players. And an example is Teron Armstead, and another example of why Teron Armstead is important is last season, because without him on that field, offense was atrocious. Another key point is game planning, right? So tonight's game planning was assessment and evaluation. In the regular season, that's when they open up the playbook, everything, right? So I understand both sides, right? I understand both sides. It's okay to be concerned. It's also okay to be cool about what but frustration is understandable because nobody wants to see their team lose the way they did tonight. 31 to what? What's the final score?
31 to 18.
18.
What's the
31
final?
18.
Nobody wants to see that shit. Trust me, nobody wants to see that shit. And that's all I got to say, Ali. I appreciate the opportunity to come up. Man, I'll be in the chat, bro. I'll be in the chat. You can bring up.
Thanks.
Yeah, all right, fellas.
Good
Take
talk.
care, Q.
All right, Stu.
All right. Lou, come up here. I know you wanted to say something real quick. Go ahead and come on up, please. Just waiting for Lou real quick, and then when he's done, I can rotate people in and out.
Let me ask you guys a question real quick.
Mister.
Hold on. Give the floor to Lewis. Go ahead, Lewis.
Go ahead, Lou.
Boo.
Lou, you're on the floor.
Go ahead, Lou. ¿Qué pasa?
I
¿Qué
love
vuelta?
how people.
¿Qué
All
bola?
right, I'm gonna be real quick, but I came up here to address something that I keep hearing 72 logos say over and over and over and over, and it is ridiculous to the all end. You keep saying that we didn't plan to win the game. No one is saying that, 72. Let me put it in your words. Now listen to me, because I'm saying what you're saying. The evaluation that you're talking about, the team wanting to make, the things that we wanted to see, they look like shit, bro.
Yeah.
What don't you understand about that? Okay, we didn't game plan. It was vanilla. It was very simple. Nobody cared. Okay, but then how in the fuck do you want me to tell you're telling me that the coach is evaluating what? How to get your ass whooped? That's what happened today. Like, what are you missing? That's the point. Like, that's what you're missing. You keep arguing a mute point. Oh, well, did we want to win the game? Nobody gives a shit, bro. But you got to admit that the team from 1 to 4 to 5, whoever, they all played like shit. You understand now, 72? What everybody's trying to fucking tell you?
Yes, Lewis, you're right.
Okay, god damn it, man. I just hate just simple-minded people. Like, it's okay, bro. Your name is 72 logo. I get it. You were a super fan. We're all super fans. But god damn it, bro. Sometimes when they fart next to you, it don't smell like roses. It smells like shit. You understand?
Yes. Yes, Lewis. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, bro, it's not to be sorry. It's just to understand and not come up on the panel and say the same shit 97 times, because it makes us look all like we're fucking idiots.
Oh, my AirPod's done.
Damn, Lewis.
Damn.
That's why.
Hey, let me ask you a question. You know what I'm saying?
General.
Do y'all, hey yo, do y'all like this zone defense?
I want to
what was
see
that
it. I
again?
want to see it game day. I want to see it when we're actually showing real coverages with all our starters, with Christian Wilkins in there. I'm not gonna say scheme. I'm not gonna evaluate our scheme on defense in the preseason. Were we soft today? 100%. But I'm not gonna get in the nitty gritty on what our scheme is, because it was vanilla. That's what it is. Did we play like shit? 100%.
I think you just said it. Put the nail on whatever the saying is. To be honest, Bryson, we were soft today. That doesn't mean our team is soft. I honestly think that they, with some adjustments and talk to and be like explanations, they could turn this around and be a complete different team tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for
we
sure.
were just
I
soft
agree.
today, and today of all days, I get it. We want to have the momentum. I get it. We've invested a lot of money. I get all that, right? But we were just soft today, and I'd rather it be today than come week 1 against the Chargers.
100%.
So whatever
Totally agree.
estrogen they drank or whatever the fuck they did the day before or whatever, all right, get that out of your system and get ready to work your ass off into that game, kicking teeth in, taking names, making interceptions, play with some balls, right? That's what I want to see on that day. I'm okay with it being today, but week 1, no, I won't be okay with it. I understand Lewis has a concern because we did look like that today when we really shouldn't. I agree with him, but I'd rather it be today than week 1. That's just my point.
Now, Ali, good point. Now, What do you think that today's coaching staff what do you think they want to accomplish today? That's what I want to know. What do you think they want to accomplish today?
Well, the main thing you
Evaluate the
accomplish in
bubble
any last
players.
preseason game is you're going to evaluate the players that you don't think deserve to be on this roster. That's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be primarily evaluating it. And granted, yeah, I
Right.
understand they played the first team. They probably wanted to see some certain things out of them. You know, I get that. That's definitely true too. But there is still a way to evaluate and still handle your business at the same time. And that's Lewis and KP and everyone else's thought process. And I get that. I completely understand that.
Well, if the process was to evaluate tonight, then we shouldn't even have a football team, in my opinion, because they all didn't show up.
To be 100% honest, I don't think the starters should have played. That's where I'm at. I don't think the starters should have played.
I gotta disagree. Brooks did show up.
Brooks did show up. Yeah. Savon Ahmed.
I wanted to say this.
Yeah. Brooks always shows up against UPS drivers and Home Depot workers.
Hey,
fuck out of here.
Hey, that's when they put him in, though. He just plays when he gets to play, bro. I think he needs to get reps with the 1s and 2s, but if they're gonna put him in with UPS and McDonald's managers, he got to do what he got to do, bro.
Hey, I used to be a McDonald's manager.
Okay, well then, yeah, he's better than the guy that makes your Subway sandwich in the morning tomorrow. Congratulations. Like, what does that matter? Like, what are you trying to tell me, bro? Like, stop, man. What are y'all doing? Stop. I've been saying the same thing over and over and over. No, hold on, Alex, because this is what pisses me off. Is the people in the chat and everybody else. And I'm going to sign off with this, but this is the damn problem. Ali said it earlier before I left the first time. We're concerned because of tonight's game. No one's talking about the future. No one's talking about moving forward. We got to let it play out on the field. But what have I been telling everybody in this fan base that what we need to do so we can get better as a fan base? Praise the team when they play good. Right? The same guy that everybody's saying in the chat today. Oh, Lewis, chill. Lewis, relax. Lewis, you're going overboard. Wasn't I going overboard last week when we beat Houston 28-3 and I came up here and I told you everything was roses? Was I going overboard when nobody in this fan base told me nothing last week when I was over here spreading the Billy gospel? Nobody had a problem with Lewis last week. The problem is the team plays like shit. So Lewis comes out here to tell you people that the team played like shit, and now these people don't want to hear that the team played like shit.
Now,
bro, praise the team when they do good. Dog them when they play bad. And I'm sorry, I don't give a shit about evaluations, and I don't give a shit about what y'all talking about. We took an ass whooping tonight, and y'all can go to sleep and pray to the heavenly gods that the sky doesn't fall. Go ahead.
So, Lewis,
rainbow lucky stars.
Really matters if they play good tonight or not? Does it really matter?
Of course it matters.
Why?
You know what? Never mind.
This guy, yo. This guy.
You're right.
We got ragdoll. That's why it matters. And we got ragdoll.
Yeah.
What matters the first game of the year, man. Oh my God, man.
The thing is that
if the Dolphins play like that the first game of the year against Chargers, then we could talk about that.
Guys,
but
we need to be like
it doesn't.
Bro.
Who gives a shit, man?
According to 72, Ali, you shouldn't even had a show tonight because there's nothing to talk about.
This team played great.
We should have just waited till week one.
Basically.
We should have just waited to week one, Ali, to have your late
it's not about that.
Because tonight
it's not about even having a channel at that point.
Lewis, it's not about that, man.
Right, exactly, Ali. We can't talk about nothing, Ali.
That's what you're saying, 72. There's no point to even talk about it because it don't matter. That's what you've been saying.
No, it's not that.
I'm going back to what Bryson said. I'm going back to what Bryson said. Look, we played like crap today, and that's what Lewis is trying to explain. We played like crap today, and he's not happy. He wants us to be 100 all the time, and I respect that. I respect
Me too.
that.
72 is Allen Iverson.
I agree 100%.
He's like, practice. Who gives a damn about practice?
All right, so basically,
no, it's not.
Here's the thing.
That's basically your position.
You know, there really is no way you can look at it because, you know, there was really no positives really to take like this. But I'm going to tell you this right now. The fact of the matter is that I'm gonna go to Skylar Thompson for a second. Like, bro, what we have seen from Skylar Thompson tonight, it's looked like he took a major step back from what we saw last year or for this, but he did not look comfortable. That interception he threw was so brutal, the first one, that I was screaming at the TV and laughing like, bro, like, what are you doing? And, everybody wants to sit here and blame the
It was
O-line
just as
for,
bad as Tua's last week.
yes, I
Yeah, well,
agree. But,
that's my
but
point.
hold
Oh,
on.
okay, hold on, Alex. Before you bring up Skylar Thompson's name and drag it into whatever
No, I
glory
wasn't
hole
dragging
that
in.
you're trying. Hold on. Before you do that, don't forget that on the very first play of a game against the Houston Texans, Tua threw just as bad, if not worse, position
I know.
interception.
you.
Where is the
Thank you.
energy against Tua when he did that? And trust
I-
me, I
Thank
support
you.
Tua just as much as any other quarterback on this team because I support them equally because I'm a Dolphineer. No joke, right? That's what I am. But if you're gonna bring down Mike White, if you're gonna bring down Skylar Thompson or whoever it may be, give the same energy to QB1 because
I-
QB1
Talk to
was worse.
him, Ali.
That's right.
Talk to
That's
him.
right.
Ali,
That
I
was
was
worse.
just about to
That
go into
is
that
right.
point too. I was just about to go into that point too because
Okay.
Tua
All right.
threw
I just
a
want to make
brutal.
sure we're 100 with everybody because if we're going to be
Tua's-
100,
yeah.
Lewis wants to be 100 with every game with the team, no matter if they played like shit. Praise them when they're good.
Yeah.
Call them out when they're crap. I agree. I'm going to do the same thing with my players.
Tua
Tua made a
threw a-
shitty mistake in the very first play of the game, and you can't do that versus the Chargers. You can't do that
can't,
versus
no.
Kansas City. You can't do that
Exactly.
versus the Eagles, right?
Yes.
Or the Broncos or other teams that are out there. Nobody. You don't want to do that against anybody, to be honest, right?
Yes,
We're
I
lucky
agree.
that our defense took, unburied his ass out of that situation, right? We're
You-
lucky.
Yes.
You want to know what? You want to know what's funny? Watch this, Alex. Watch the hypocrisy again, and it's in our fan base. Last week, anybody watched the Buffalo-Pittsburgh Steelers game?
Nope.
I know we did. Well, maybe not you, Greg, but I know a lot of people did. You know how I know that? Because up and down Twitter all week long, all I've been seeing, and I'm proud of it, our Dolphin community going at the Buffalo Bills saying how much trash they are, right? That they didn't look good. Oh, my God, they lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They got ran on. Now it's funny. So when Buffalo plays a preseason game that everybody's telling me now, just relax, it don't matter, it don't mean nothing. See, we can talk shit about Buffalo and tell Buffalo fans and Buffalo team, oh, they're falling off, right? Off a preseason game. But now our boys, our team, the team we represent that we love, they look like dog shit. They get ran off the field. And now the same people that are telling Buffalo Bill fans, be careful, be worried because your team got blown out in the preseason game. Your guys are done. Now it don't matter because our team did it, right? You see the hypocrisy in that?
There is
Does
a
anybody
hypocrisy.
see that it
I
just
do.
sounds like we're fucking idiots out here?
Yeah,
I do.
And Alex,
you
Alex,
have a
hold
right
on.
to
One more
be-
thing, one last thing, because I'm gonna drop down and bring Fred back up. He's been waiting a hot minute. All right. One last thing, real quick. So, in regards to Skylar, yes, he did have a bad game. I do agree. He has to get better. Dude, we're gonna run 3 quarterbacks on this team no matter what. That's the reality of
Yeah,
it, right?
agreed.
Yeah.
Everybody had a
Got
bad
to.
game today.
Got to.
That's the reality. It happens, right? All I'm saying is, if you're gonna sit there and laugh at him and call him a clown and say that was
Oh, no,
it was
no, I would never do
laughable
that.
or something like that, because that's where I thought you were gonna go with that. Do the same thing to your QB1 because he did the same thing, if not
Tua
worse.
threw. I think that Tua threw a bad pick on the first play of the game last week and I said that, and when he threw that, I was like, bro, like, oh, that was brutal. That was really brutal. But the fact of the matter is this, okay? Tua, people want to. There's people out here in this fan base that are clawing for Skylar Thompson to be the starting quarterback. I'm not going to put no names on it because y'all already know who I'm talking about when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
But let's not go that far and crown Skylar as the starter. Okay, this kid still has a lot of work to do. He did not look good tonight. He needs to get better. Okay, now, and everybody wants to sit there and blame the O line for that interception, that the O line didn't do this, the O line didn't do that. No, bro. No. Stop with that garbage narrative with the freaking O line, bro. The O line did not cause those picks, bro. The first interception was just as bad as Tua was. Tua's was it. He overthrew Cedric Wilson, which Cedric Wilson had a first down. Right there in his hands. He overthrew him, bro. Like on the run. Like, no, stop with that, bro. And again, I'm not sitting here and comparing them to, but like stop. Slow your roll when it comes to Skylar crowning him the number 1 starter or the number 2 starter. He still needs
This is
work.
getting redundant. No one's calling. We all know Tua starter of the week 1. Like,
Yeah,
what are you
that's
doing?
why I keep calling him QB1. That's why I keep calling him QB1.
Or QB number 2. Or QB number 2. Okay? Or QB number 2. This kid still needs work. He still needs to be QB3, and he still needs to work. He still needs to work his way up. Okay? The O-line did not look bad tonight. It was not good.
Paul, I got
but
you.
It was
Just
okay.
give me 1 second.
It was okay.
Real quick, Alex. This is my last take. I'm gonna bring Papa Paul up because I'm trying to give everyone in a chance in here. Man. So one last thing. So I do agree with you. He does need to get better in whatnot and more consistent, I want to say. Yes. But one thing is true is that if you go back and look at the game, both quarterbacks were kind of off a little bit.
They were.
For example, in the red zone, which you and I have seen it. We saw all in training camp, and you look at the percentage last season and everything. Tua is money in the red zone, right? But in today's game, he didn't really. When he was in the red zone, he didn't look like money. In fact, he made a poor pass, and I'm not saying that I'm not going to say that like it was like a horrible pass. But what I'm just going to say is that I would not have made that poor pass to Chosen. In that position, Chosen had a guy all over him, was getting molested left and right. Why would you throw that ball to him? Right? I would have looked somewhere else on the field. Maybe that's arguable. That's definitely debatable. You're right, but I wouldn't have done that. Right? That's just my opinion.
I don't know about that. He was looking for the flag, bro. Like,
you think he was looking for the flag? That's what you think he was doing, or no?
I don't think he wasn't. I think he just threw the ball. Because
he had more time. He had more time than what he looked.
If you look at the pass, granted, even if he was trying to get it to him, right? If you look at the pass, just like Mike White, which I hate when Mike White does this, he doesn't lead the receiver like Tua does. He throws right at the receiver, and that was that type of pass, in my opinion.
But yeah, I mean,
Ali,
I'm watching it right now.
Ali, what I also think is that he had more time than what it seemed to look at his receivers in that play, because he looked like he was under pressure, but he really wasn't. He had more time than
that's what I was kind of thinking. It is what it is. It's a preseason game. I'm glad it just happened here. Fix whatever the problem is, and let's move on. To be honest.
Hey, Ali, can I go next? Bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop down so Bryson can come back, so you guys can continue the conversation.
Go ahead, Fred. What's up, bro?
This what this game made me feel like, man. This game made me feel like the Jaguars set a fucking blueprint on how to fucking beat us. And I'm tired of fucking teams giving out blueprints on how to fucking beat us, man. That's just how I felt, man. Like they had a fucking blueprint on how to beat us, man. Another fucking blueprint on how to beat us. That's what I feel like.
I think they do clean this up before the Chargers game. And I do think we beat the Chargers week 1. I do think that this team is going to be better in the next 2 weeks. They got 2 weeks to clean it up. I believe in this team. I think this team is good enough to win. But there's a lot of things that need to be cleaned up before we can sit here and crown them.
Fred, I definitely understand.
Okay. Yeah.
Lewis, do you see this comment by DB?
Okay,
do you see this comment?
And as far as making assessments,
I have to look at it,
bro. I think
Fred, hold on one second. Fred, hold on one second. I'm sorry. I gotta address this real quick. DB is telling me Ali is the. Hold on. Where is it? Hold on. Not that comment. Hold on. There's another one. There's a comment. Ali, you go play QB then. Right? Well, first of all, I didn't say he was absolute trash and that we need to find a new quarterback or whatever. I just criticized a specific throw. It was being subjective on a specific throw he made, just that, right? He still had a good overall rating. He still, was effective. But in my opinion, Tua's better than that. I've seen Tua do better than that. I don't see what was wrong with that comment. And I hate when I see comments like that people are trying to make it out like I know better than the quarterback or I know better than the coach. No, my perspective is the fact that he threw right at the receiver. He didn't lead them like he does with Waddle and other receivers. You know what I mean? He basically threw it right at the receiver, and that's something you don't want to necessarily do, right? That's all my critique was. So get out of here, bro. Get out of here. I'm sorry, Fred. I'm going to drop back down so you guys can talk about it.
Hey, Ali, I just wanted to finish up with this right here. And
yeah, go ahead.
As far as making assessments, man, on players, I believe after the second preseason game, you pretty much made your assessments. Now in this last preseason game, we need to fucking win it and have a good feeling about going into the goddamn season. Sorry the language, bro. I'm done.
That's fair.
That's fair, Fred. I just think
when it comes to the blueprint part of it, I definitely understand your concern. I do think that we're going to see a different team scheme-wise come week one. Now, physicality, that's to be proven because everyone up here agrees that other than 72, the physicality just wasn't there. But when it comes to scheme, I do think we're going to see different Dolphins. And listen, I know Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio is going to be in that defense ass for the next 2 weeks.
Thank you.
So,
hey, Bryson, do we play the Jaguars regular season, bro?
No, I don't think we do.
No.
But we'll probably see him in the offseason, in my opinion.
Now say we had to meet them in the fucking playoffs, bro. As far as I'm concerned, they have a leg up. You know what I'm saying? Because of this preseason game. If we ever had to come up against them, I think that this preseason game gives them a leg up on how physical they can be with us, man. I really
Fred, I
believe
think by the time we play the Jags, if we do decide to play them in the postseason, I think we're both going to have film on each other to where the preseason's not going to be that much of a factor. Now, I'll say this, Fred, if we continue to show a lack of physicality, I'll agree with you. But if they do have that opportunity to turn this around in the coming weeks, because by the time we see the Jags again, if we do see the Jags again, I think it'll be a different team for both teams.
Agreed.
For both teams, I think.
Okay, Bryson.
Agreed.
I go with that, Bryson. I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Hey,
I'm with you, Fred. I'm just as pissed as you. I do not like how this started.
I tell you what, though, that kid Bigsby is actually good.
Yeah,
he's
Tank
really
Bigsby?
good.
Yeah,
Yes.
he'll be great for ETN. I think they'll be a solid 1-2 punch.
Trevor Lawrence is going to be a good quarterback. He's on his way to being a good quarterback.
Do you guys think that Bryce Callahan is a Dolphin come week one? After what we saw tonight? Bryce Callahan? The corner.
Hey, Bryson.
Yeah.
You know what? Their third string quarterback look good against us, bro. Would you say?
I agree with you. That's my biggest worry for us now is our backups. I got confidence in Tua, but I don't have confidence in his durability, and I don't think we have a solid backup right now, personally.
CJ Beathard's a good backup.
I haven't seen enough of Mike White, and Skylar Thompson has regressed. I haven't seen enough of Mike White, and Skylar Thompson's regressed. That's all I got to say.
No, Bryson, but I'm talking about the
Skylar
Jaguars.
Thompson's regression is still above Mike White.
The Jaguars'
based on
third-string
preseason
quarterback.
performance.
Jaguars' third-string quarterback looked good against this zone defense, bro. It did.
Yeah,
I just was bringing up our quarterbacks because you brought up theirs. That was my only point. I agree with you though. They played good. I mean, they're receivers too. They're deep receivers. They're bubble receivers. We're balling.
Bryson, Bryson, I
It's
got
a
one.
concern.
I'm gonna go
It is
back
a
to the
concern.
defense for a second, Bryson. I was watching the game on the NFL Plus app, so they had the Jaguars telecast on
I
the
was
NFL
watching the
Plus
same
app.
one. I was watching the same one.
So, and I totally forgot that Herndon is still on the Jaguars, their corner, and they mentioned that he's fighting for a job there. If the Jaguars cut him, I am all over that. If I'm Vic Fangio, for
Yeah,
Herndon,
for sure.
I am
I
all
think
over that.
I think Greer's gonna look at a lot of corners with with today. I mean, Cam Smith got burnt pretty bad. Now he's a rookie. He's allowed to get burnt in preseason, in my opinion. He's gonna learn from that. But yeah, I don't know. I think I want to I want to be easy on the defense personally, other than the physicality. I don't want to be easy on that. But
That's fair.
scheme and getting burned and all that stuff. Me personally, I want to see what Vic Fan. He's that old school coach. Old school coaches don't show shit in preseason. They don't try anything.
Agreed.
They trust in what they got. That's just my opinion. But when it comes to physicality, that's a different story. I didn't like what I saw on that spectrum.
There was none
That's
there
my
tonight.
take.
Yeah, there was no physicality tonight. I do kind of agree with that take. What I was just getting at earlier on in the show is that I would use what you saw as evaluation piece, look at the individual performances and see where, what they did well, what they didn't. What did they show that was kind of special, especially those people that are on the bubble. Now, I wish Lewis was still here. I was going to bring up some news that we got today that Josh Jacobs is no longer holding out. He came to an agreement with the Las Vegas Raiders for a deal, a one-year deal up to $12 million, which was more than what Saquon Barkley got by $1 million. Right? So any deal that I think that Jonathan Taylor gets, in my opinion, and do understand this is my opinion because I rate Jonathan Taylor higher than I do a Josh Jacobs or a Saquon Barkley, in my opinion, right? I think it's going to be more than $12 million. And the Colts, and I think Irsay, I think it could be, it's going to be between 12 and I want to say 15 million. That's where I'm at, right? Somewhere in between there. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. In people have asked me, I've gotten some DMs here just in the last few minutes regarding Taylor and what do I think? What are we going to do? Blah 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 blah. Here's what I think. I think that the Colts are just playing games, trying to see if anybody else can come to the table to squeeze another pick. I think come Monday they're going to have to nail this out and just like, okay, we got to swallow our pride and move with it, because here's the deal. If you're going to keep a player that doesn't want to play for you, it will eventually leak into your locker room, and those players are not going to want to play for you because they think they're going to start being held hostage when they see their star player being held hostage, right?
Yeah.
I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think that Jonathan Taylor will accept any deal from the Colts at this point. Right? It doesn't matter if they offered them 14 million. Why didn't you want to pay me 14 million before? You know what I mean? So that's where I'm thinking.
Ali,
go ahead.
Another thing too about this is, in my opinion, I agree with you. This is the last time the Colts can get the most value out of him when it comes to a trade. Because I agree with you. I don't think he wants to play for the Colts. I think he's stuck his ground. He's tried to be a good soldier, and they told him to F off. I mean, the owner literally came out on national media and said, if you were out of the league, no one would care. So I think the Colts need to swallow their pride, and they need to think, listen, he's not going to play for us. We got to get what we can. Because after this season, they don't get anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, and even if they franchise him, he's not going to want to play for them, right? And if you try to trade him, then nobody's going to give you what you're going to get now. That's the reality of it. Right?
I think Taylor is going to be a Miami Dolphin before Monday.
I hope that's the hope. But here's a scenario I want to bring to you guys. Jeff Wilson really hasn't played all preseason, hardly at all, right? I haven't even really seen him pop up in training camp.
It's sad.
Let alone
it really
playing.
Is sad.
Brooks has done more than what Jeff Wilson has.
Thank you, Ali.
For me, this running room right now is Mostert, A-Chain, Savon Ahmed, and Brooks.
Yeah.
You bring Jonathan Taylor to this team. Do you run with 5 running backs, or who's the odd man out at that point?
It's Brooks.
You think Brooks is out?
I disagree with that.
So I think this is what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to start
Ahmed
the
has shown
season.
more.
I think they're going to start the season with Jeff Wilson on the pup list.
Brooks is showing some good things too.
And so they're gonna kind of hide him to where they could bring him on later on.
That's actually, thank you for bringing that up, Bryson. That is a really good point. We could hide him on the injured reserve or on the pup list or whatever. In the event we bring in a Jonathan Taylor. Let's say they don't want any of our running backs. Okay, what do we do with one of them? You know, Brooks, I kind of think it's hard to let him go because I don't think he makes waivers. I think New England or some other team will snatch him up in a heartbeat.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So
Ali,
gotta find a way to keep him.
Ali, let me ask you a question, bro. You know, on this preseason game tonight, who do you think we could have used more of? We could have used more, man. Jonathan Taylor or Christian Wilkins, bro. Just based off of this preseason game, man. Who do you think we could have used more?
One half dozen on the other. They play 2 different positions, though. That's
I
the
know
thing
that,
you gotta
man.
remember.
But you
So
see,
if you're playing more, here's my point. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, okay? This is my point. The Jacksonville Jaguars offense executed, right? The Miami's offense did not execute. Could Jonathan Taylor help them execute? Absolutely. It could help you execute. Can Christian Wilkins help the offense of Miami Dolphins execute?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. You seen how we were getting gashed in the run game, bro. They scored on us every drive. Now, do you think Christian Wilkins may have been more important on the team right now? Or, you know what I'm saying?
Are you asking, is he more important? Yeah, I think he's out.
Yeah, right now, only based on tonight's game, who could we have used probably more of? Christian Wilkins or Jonathan Taylor, bro? I know they're 2 different positions, man.
And that's why I just said it's one half dozen the other. It depends on what side of the ball you're looking at. I mean, they both can go hand in hand. I think they're both needed. That's what I really think. I think you have to re-sign Christian Wilkins no matter what, because you just saw what happens when your defensive tackles are not on the field, right? That's part one. And I already made the argument that Vic Fangio's defense starts with the defensive tackles. They're the disruptors. That front 3 is the disruptors, the chaos bringers. They're the ones that disrupt the offense, that causes the turnovers that are brought in by the secondary or the linebackers, right? That's what I argued. That's why I argued earlier on. Now, here's the other part of it. What wins the football game ultimately? Is it the defense or the touchdowns you score?
Ali,
that red zone you could have given. That red zone you could have given it to you too. Thank you for coming out, Alice. Appreciate it. You could have given the Jonathan Taylor that ball and he would have scored that touchdown. I'm telling you straight up.
Oh, okay, Ali. Let me ask you this, man. God damn, I forgot what the fucking question was. Shit. Okay. Could we keep them both, Ali?
Yes, we can.
Jonathan Taylor.
Yes, very possible.
That'd be nice.
Very possible.
That'd be nice, man. That'd be nice.
We got enough money to keep both.
I love that.
Yes, because this is what happens. The key to doing this, all right, is re-signing Wilkins. You have to do that no matter what to keep both, first of all, right? You re-sign Wilkins, it creates this, I think it's like somebody says just under 20 million, like it's like 15 to 20 million dollars in cap space, something like that, right? And then we already have 13 million as we speak right now, right? And then in turn, right, you can re-sign Jacobs. His first year is only going to count 4 million because he's still on his rookie deal, right? And
you
then
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, that's what I meant to
Taylor.
say. I'm saying Jonathan Taylor, correct. And then let's say we sent Agba over to the Colts, which I honestly think that would be a great deal because Agba, honestly, his deal is not really It doesn't really meet our needs. Like his style and the scheme doesn't fit for us, but he would fit perfectly in a Colts defense. If the type of defense they run, he would definitely be making waves. He would definitely be a starter over there. And I think they would definitely take the deal, because one thing is, in the trenches, both on the offensive line and the defensive line, in my opinion, they are lacking depth. So that is something I think they would definitely go after. So there's ways you can make it happen. There's still cuts we haven't made yet, like Crossan, for example, which would save us $3 million. And plus the cap goes up next season. The big key to this whole thing and actually getting it to work, even for the players that are going to be under a contract year the year after and the other people we have to sign, you have to get Wilkins done. It starts with that, and you can move forward. But one thing is also true. I'm kind of turned off by Connor Williams, bro. I don't think we should re-sign him personally.
I totally agree with you. Ali, I totally agree with you. I think we need to either address that with a pick or go find a free agent, because I'm tired of these high snaps. I mean, it is a drive killer. That drive, like, I mean, it was probably the second or third play in that drive, but still, I felt energy in that drive.
100%.
Yeah, Papa Paul, you were there, right?
Everything.
You were there, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
But
I mean, it was great. And then that high snap, I mean, that wasn't just high. That was like freaking field goal high.
Yeah, that was.
Bro, there's memes going out on the Twitter where it looks like this was the Connor Williams snap, and it looks like a bunch of Tomahawk missiles getting launched into the air. That's the memes going around. Right?
Who do you put in for him?
Who do you put in for him? Well, one thing, whoever said that earlier that we should have tested out Feeney or some of these other guys that we had that said that they trained as a center, they should have tested them out in this game, to be honest. If we're getting thrown around, who cares? It's already looking bad. Let's at least see what they can do, right? Go ahead and throw them in there, and they didn't do that very well. Go ahead.
And they even stated earlier this year in OTAs and training camp that Eichenberg was looking better than Connor Williams was at that time last year.
Yeah, I agree.
But from what I'm hearing, Eichenberg may not even make the team, though.
No, but what he's saying is, if you try him at
he'll
center,
be on the team.
He may be able to. He may be on the team. We may be able to keep him on the team, and we might have to keep him anyway for depth.
And Feeney used to be a center.
To me, I don't understand it, because like last year, okay, it's your first year as a center, okay, that's fine, but he should have been in the off season just fucking throwing balls under his legs. Like, how does he still have the issue? It's not like it's that hard of a mechanic to learn. I did
make the claim that maybe this whole contract issue is kind of like pissed him off, and he's like, well, if you're going to be half-assed on my re-signing, then I'm going to be half-assed in the game. I did make that claim. Now, I don't know. I can't. Hold on. Before I have to preface this by saying that I'm just blowing shit. I don't really know what the issue is.
I know you have to be, man.
But I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised. That's all I'm saying.
It just, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he doing the same thing when he was at Dallas?
No, in Dallas he had flag issues, and they were only playing him at left guard.
He was a guard. Yeah, he was a guard.
And, I was okay with it.
Wait a minute, no, didn't they try him at center? I thought he was playing center.
They supposedly, hold on. He played like 1 or 2 snaps at center, and they were like, no, we want to put you at left guard, right? But look how he performed last season, bro. This guy can definitely play center. That's why I think some of these bad snaps are kind of bogus, to be honest. But I don't know.
Ali,
it is what it is.
Ali, I think that's crazy.
During the prep, when the cuts come up, I'm telling you, we always look up for like a lineman every time the cuts come around.
I was really just blowing smoke. It was just kidding.
I know. It was still funny, man. I know.
Wait, hey, you never know. In today's paradigm, who knows? Who knows what these players want to do?
Man. There you go again, man. Blowing smoke, man.
You never know. You know, it is what it is. I mean, shit. If you're living in an era where this wasn't this era, but in the last generation of players, you think about it, they were being paid to hurt players. There was bounty lists. Anything can happen now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is.
You motherfuckers don't want to pay me? Take this high snap then, fucker.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I wouldn't be.
I know,
things,
man. I know.
Things that players do not surprise me. Shit. In an XFL game, listen to this, and I know it's the XFL. It's really we're just really joking, but in an XFL game, this legitly happened, right? The Orlando Guardians, or whatever they're called, had to release their backup quarterback for giving the plays to the opposing team.
Oh shit!
Legitly, he like seriously,
Wow.
this actually happened. So nothing surprises me anymore. So, is this true? No, obviously, I don't think that he's doing this on purpose. There's obviously some issue, but what the hell is this issue, and why is it still an issue? That's the bigger question.
Yeah, because I mean that thing was like a freaking skyrocket the way it went up. I mean, way over to his head. Not just a little bit. It was way over.
See, that's my point. Is like how does that even happen? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
you looked
that's why,
unrealistic.
like, the only way this happens, in my opinion, is that it was done on purpose. Either he was pissed about something, or I don't know. I just don't see how it happens.
Well, Ali, he did come
I
to
don't
camp
either.
late, man. He did come in late, man, in the camp, man.
Did it slip out of his hands? I don't know. I don't know.
I want to see the media.
That would, for it to go like it did, it would have to be more like he held on to it too long.
And honestly, maybe they have, but I want to see the media question McDaniel or one of the coaches about this, because
That's what I'm talking about, Ali.
It's getting ridiculous.
Exactly.
They're still waiting for Connor Williams' punt over to his head to still hit the ground. You know, it still hasn't hit the ground yet. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Like I said,
and
it was more like
Ali, another thing, man. Like McDaniel, I think McDaniel could have really went after this game, man. Because I think he needs to work too, to get himself ready for the season, and go ahead and throw a trick. What's one or two trick plays going to really determine? I mean, keeping it hidden from going into the regular season, Ali. Just threw something in there to get us going, man. Even Fangio could have called some kind of exotic something, man, just to, give Jacksonville something to think about, man. But nothing. It's like neither one of them did anything, man, to show me that they wanted to win that game, bro.
But Fred, at the same time, you don't want to show them a trick play now that you might want to try and use later.
Hey, Papa Paul, but like I said, what's one trick play, Papa Paul? Maybe two, or even maybe two. What's that going to do to our regular season games, bro, if you just show one or two of them in the preseason?
Fred, I think another thing that a lot of people don't bring up is I think sometimes, too, the coaches know that a lot of these players won't be on the team. So I think they also hide it from the players. I mean, not the starters, but, like, there's a lot of bubble players that they don't want them to have the playbook or whatever, because if they get cut and go get signed by the Patriots or Bills or whatever.
Remember, this is
I don't buy
training.
that.
Well, hold on. But there is the premise that this is training camp. And in this training camp, what they're doing is they're looking for skill sets that fit the need of the playbook. The playbook, in all honesty, I don't think it's fully practiced until the 53-man roster is decided. That's what I honestly think. But I do kind of agree. It's kind of skeptical to say that they're actually hiding it. But in some ways,
I don't know about if hiding's the best word, but they're not displaying it to the players because – I mean, your playbook is one of the most secret things a part of the team. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and anything, as you said, Ollie, anything's possible. These players, well, they cut me. I'm going to get them back. And
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a question. I started watching the game
You can have
in
the
the first
playbook somebody
quarter.
else all you want. You don't know when they're calling the play.
Yeah.
That's still
Hey, I started
aspect
watching the
of the
game in the
person that's
first
playing
quarter.
chess. I can know
I'm just
all the
curious.
possible combinations on the chessboard, but if I don't know the opponent's moves when they're gonna freaking do that particular move, it don't matter.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it definitely helps if you
Yeah,
know some of their plays
Bill
than if you don't.
Belichick. But you got to remember now, Bill Belichick is known for what video some of the plays for when coaches are holding up. He was caught doing that, so why not? He
I
could.
forget
It's
who it was.
possible.
I forget who it was, but somebody they interviewed. And I don't know if it was through an interview or what, but they said they definitely that got picked up by New England. He definitely got questioned about Miami's offense and tendencies a lot
That's
to
what I'm
find out
talking about.
information. And then when they had all the info, they ended up dropping him too. So
It was probably Isaiah Ford.
I don't know who it was. I
Isaiah
forget who
Ford.
it was, but
Probably,
it
yeah,
did come out
probably.
that information did come out. Who was it that was asking a question? Somebody wanted to ask a question. I forget who it was.
No, that was me,
Go ahead,
man.
Cap. Cap for life. Go
What's
ahead.
going
Yes,
on,
please.
guys?
What's
Hey,
going on?
listen, man.
What's up, Cap?
Hey, hanging in there, man. Just I was watching the game, off and on, and I didn't see Jacksonville's first scoring drive touchdown. What was it? A throwing or passing, or running touchdown?
I think it was a run, man. I think it was a run, Cat.
It was a
Yeah, I
run.
think it was
Might have been
CTR.
Give me a moment. I can tell you momentarily.
That
Well,
pretty much
their first
says
score
what
was
the
a field
bully
goal.
ball was a.
Yeah, the first score was a field goal by Miami. The second one was a Travis Etienne 3-yard run touchdown.
Yeah.
That was by the Jaguars.
It was a running.
Oh,
Right up
okay,
the
but
middle.
but the field goal it came because of a fumble on the 1 yard on the half-yard line, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
It
it's
was easily
looking
a
without our
touchdown.
defensive tackles, without Christian Wilkins and Zach Seiler, our run defense was not very good in the red zone.
At
Both
all.
touchdowns that they had by Dearness Johnson and Travis Etienne were within the
It was
10-yard line.
terrible.
That's my only
Yeah, it was
concern. That's it.
Yeah, that run defense was not good at all tonight.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You
You need to re-sign Christian Wilkins. It was kind of interesting. I know he's the team representative and stuff, but I still thought that was cool that he's still participating. He could have definitely been holding out and sitting at home, but he's still, with the team and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he did
He's a
practice
union
with the
rep.
team on Thursday.
The team's union
Yeah,
rep.
I mean, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Look, I was worried about the run stopping in this game, but that doesn't correlate to the first team having 2 drives and only getting 3 points. We need to learn when we get in the red zone. If we're going to use Brooks in that type of fashion we did late, if it's a regular season game, please utilize him in the red zone. That guy was getting 5 yards of carry, bulldozing people into the red zone, scoring touchdowns. You want a bruiser. You want a bell cow.
Yeah.
Get something to the equivalent of that, please.
You first need offensive
Hey,
line,
Cap,
not the
big
big pancake. You can't have a Bill Cut running back with a freaking Daisy offensive line.
Hell yeah.
And Cap, he did that
But at
in
the
the
same time, with
last game
in
too.
all 3 preseason games, McDaniel was going for it on 4th down. They're not going to do that in a regular season game.
Of course.
Well, I don't know, man. Noah McDaniel is
He went for it again on his own plus negative side of the 50.
You never know with this coach, bro.
Not all of them.
Yeah, I agree, Papa Paul.
I mean,
not all of them, but definitely situational.
Yeah.
I just feel like, man, like come on, Coach McDaniel, man. You don't let our team get embarrassed like that. Even if you do want to assess people, man, and see what they got, or whatever like that. You don't do it like that, bro. You make the team look competitive, man. I don't care, man.
Hey, Fred.
I'll tell you one thing though, man. Cedric Wilson right now, if you thought he was a trade bait earlier or before, I mean, if you want to use him as trade bait, you never know.
Hey, Fred.
Because Craycraft looked like he's a keeper, man. I'm sorry. If you guys don't think he's going to make the roster, I don't know what to tell you because Chosen was wearing a jersey by the half. Barrios wasn't even playing. I don't know, man. Craycraft looks solid to me.
No, Barris was returning kicks.
Yeah, Barrios did return kicks, and he did play for a little bit. So
Hey, Fred, you know what I'm saying? What you said about our coach, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I might sound like saying like a little mean and everything, but our coach don't have no dog in him. You know what I'm saying? He don't
That's what
have
I'm
that.
saying, bro.
You know what
And
I'm
you
saying?
know who asked me that? Who this right here, man? Who this? Huh?
This
Who this?
this this Lakers all day.
Lakers all day. Exactly, bro. That's what
Mm-hmm.
we said. What I was saying earlier, I said the team is what the coach is, man. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? That's
and
that means a lot to
hey
me, bro.
Fred, and you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
glad
Like
you said that, bro. Go ahead.
somebody had it on Twitter. They were saying like you know it's like they missed this Brian Flores. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah, man.
it's kind of true. It's like you know what I'm saying like me. It's like I miss Brian Flores because you know
If I
why
had to
he
ask you
brung.
guys, who is it on?
Yeah,
Is it McDaniel
but
or
Fancho,
Brett Berry? Or what's that guy's name? The
Nick
offensive line
Fangio.
coach.
No. Me, I'm not talking about no
What's
defense.
the
I'm talking
offensive line
about
coach name? Butch Berry?
Frank Smith.
yeah, Bitch Berry.
But
But yeah,
go ahead, Lakers. Go
for
ahead, Lakers.
me,
Go
Oh, it's not
ahead.
for
Frank Smith anymore?
no, it's not. But no, for me, I'm talking about like you know what I'm saying, like having a dog head coach. You know what I'm saying? Like having a
Yeah,
dog head
man.
coach is gonna make this
Yeah.
team play harder. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
Not,
bro.
you know what I'm saying, having a coach
what?
that's like a little, you know what I'm saying?
No, Frank
I
Smith's
Did
still
you
the
guys
offensive
like see
coordinator,
him after the
guys. Frank
game?
Smith's still the offensive coordinator.
That guy was like emotionally distraught, bro. Like seeing another guy on the field go down, it's like it's taking a toll on him.
I
that's what
mean, I don't
hey,
blame him after what happened last season with Tua, to be honest, but that's just my 2 cents.
hey, Lakers all day.
Right,
That's me, man.
but
I
who's to
believe
say? But who?
I believe that I believe that the
Mhm.
coach, the team, or the coach is a reflection of the team, or the team is
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right
Yeah,
I'm
but
about
not
that.
who?
ready.
so
I'm not ready
But
you
who's
to.
gotta
to
I'm not
say?
ready to call ship on
But
Mike
who's
McDaniel
well,
personally. I definitely
exactly? And
think
Nah,
who's
that's
to say
something he
it's
needs to
not
Fangio
work
that.
on.
It's not that. It's not we're
can't help
calling
him?
stuff on him. It's just saying that, you know what I'm saying, like him, like you know what I'm saying, like having a coach like a having, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying,
bringing
having
up
like a
I miss
dog
Flores and
mentality.
yeah,
stuff
No.
makes
No.
me
It's
a
I
dog
understand
coach.
that, but
Because
it's
Flores
having
not
like a
with the team no
dog
more.
mentality. No, I'm saying like
Yeah,
his
no, I get
mindset
it.
on the
That's
team.
fine, but I think also I think it's important that Mike McDaniels is still a young coach. You got to give him time to bring
Yeah,
this
I don't want to
team.
hear that dog talk anymore. You guys had the
But
dog, and then you guys
to
wanted to
be
return him back.
honest, with Brian Flores, there's things that Mike McDaniel has brought to this team that Brian Flores never have. And I'm not trying to bring up the debate. I liked Brian Flores, but Mike
Mm-hmm.
McDaniel's my coach. I'm going to defend him. That's
No,
just
I know,
now
I
he's
understand
got.
that.
Same
I
here.
I'm
know,
not
And
saying
I
he's
know.
also,
perfect. He's got a lot to work on. But
There's nothing to
I
defend.
No,
Everybody
we're not
sucked tonight.
defending. We're
Just
just
not the
saying.
offense.
and who's to
no, but
say
I
he
mean, if
he
we're
can't
bringing
learn
up I
anything
miss the
from
old
Fangio?
guy, it's
You
like
got
if I
remember
tell my
you got
wife,
Fangio.
it's like if I tell my wife, "Oh, I miss my ex-girlfriend," that's gonna make my wife insecure. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna make me her
Yeah, you're
think
right
that I'm
about
trying
that.
to replace her with the old one. I'm
No,
just
yeah.
trying to
To
say is
talk about the
like,
past
Look,
makes no sense
I
now.
No, I
I
never
yeah,
think
take it to that
that's what
level.
I'm
listen,
saying.
listen.
No.
I do think Mike McDaniel does have a dog with in him, and I'm gonna take a different take on what you're saying. And you may disagree, but remember, this was the guy that on live TV went up to the defensive line coach and said, "Fucking fix it." You know what I mean? And everybody could read his lips. He
I
actually
don't.
said it, right? He's also the guy that
I
after
don't
a
buy
bad
too much
game,
into that.
hold on, let me
That's what I'm
finish. Let me
saying, bro. I
finish.
don't
You
know.
guys got your takes. I'm giving you my take.
I
He's
agree,
also the
Ali.
guy that after a bad game or a bad practice or even a bad preseason game last season called everybody and their mother, "You're not going home. Get yourself in the training facility. We're going to talk about this." And I remember this because it was Batman who was supposed to go to, I forget which store it is that he goes to get signatures and stuff. Agba was supposed to be there, and they canceled it because everybody got called into an emergency meeting after a bad practice or game, right? So I do think he does have a dog in him, right? He just may show it differently than what you guys are wanting, but I don't think that I don't want to say that. I kind of agree with Bryson. Why are we going to start living in the past? And you know what? I don't want to be a coach for a team that's going to live in the past. Let's live in the now. I agree with that premise.
Yeah,
Well, you know
you're right.
what,
You're
Ali,
right
man?
about that.
And
Yeah,
meanwhile,
but
the
just,
same thing
go
goes on the other foot. You don't have to keep trashing your old girlfriend to make your wife feel secure.
I agree, Crypto.
That's
I
true.
agree.
ahead.
And I don't ever say shit about Flores. I liked Flores, and listen, I hope he does well with the Vikings and gets a head coaching job. I didn't think it's important to like bring it up, and you can if you want to. I'm not saying you can't. That's just
Mhm.
my point. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not. I know, but like me and Fred,
But
we
who?
we just talk. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's one. No thing I want to say is who's to say he can't learn to be a little more aggressive from Fangio, because Fangio is like having another head coach on the team, so he may be able to learn some things from Fangio. Just got to remember he's a young coach, and I'm not saying that as it make an excuse for him, but he's still learning. So we got to give
And
him a
here's
little
the other
time.
aspect. Here's the other aspect. Raheem Mostert even says that you guys don't get to see the real Mike McDaniel on TV and stuff like that. Behind closed doors, he's a real hard ass coach. So I don't want to say that all we're doing is speculating based on what we see. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? We don't know what happens in the bubble. We don't know what happens
true.
at training camps when we're not there. We don't know.
Yeah.
I even saw him at training camp. Actually, I think it was who was it? Mike McDaniel jumped on the field and got in Xavier Howard's face and chewed him out in the first week of training camp. I was there. Colors saw it. You know what I mean? Don't say the guy don't got dog or don't got balls to stand up to stuff that he believes in. I just think he chooses when and when not to show it. That's the thing.
Yeah,
That's
you're
fair.
right about that. Yeah, you're right.
That's
I
fair.
understand.
That's fair.
So, but here's the thing. I do understand the premise, though. You guys like a coach that puts his feelings out there. I get it. I understand that. But at the same time, that may not work for our current team. Maybe he even said his style is like, yeah, we made a mistake there, but afterwards, maybe after the quarter ends or the halftime, they're gonna fix it. They're gonna fix it after the fact, right? That's when they address it. So I get it. I understand the premise. I understand why you guys are worried,
And Ali,
but I'm not worried. Good.
Ali, and that's Vic Fangio's whole thing. He said Omar brought this up. Vic Fangio teaches in the classroom, and he says practice is the quiz session and Sundays is the exam. So that might be how this coaching staff teaches is they assess on the practice field and they correct. And I don't know, but that's kind of how Vic Fangio was. Is he seems, at least from my perspective, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ali, but he's kind of quiet out there in practice and lets things go on and corrects in the classroom. Was he pretty active, Ali, out there with the defense, Vic?
I didn't see much of him.
To be honest, when I saw him specifically when they had the stadium practice that I went to. And he was walking along the sidelines. He was really evaluating. He was watching. He wasn't really necessarily coaching or anything. Like you said, kind of like the practice is the quiz. You know what I mean? He's not going to give out answers. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of think he was very quiet. He kind of kept to himself. He was writing notes down constantly. I didn't see him yelling at people. The most I saw yelling at someone was, which threw me off, and we were all still trying to figure out what he was getting yelled at for, was when McDaniel was yelling at Xavier Howard, which I did not know what he was yelling about. I don't know. So,
Hey, Ali, I'm gonna cut out, bro. Man, I had a ball on the show today, man. All you guys have a good night, man, and I'll see you guys next
thanks
time.
for coming up, man. It was a good time.
No problem, man. My pleasure, everybody. Okay.
Definitely. So that's just my opinion. So anyway, let's keep it moving. We got about, I want to go for another 30 minutes before I got to shut this down.
Cap for Life, Larry Zonka is not coming through that door anytime soon.
Hey, Ali.
I know, man. I'm saying.
Hey, Ali, you know what I'm saying? I mean, with this Jonathan Taylor situation, right? You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with the Damian Lillard situation. It's kind of the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Barry Jackson has it right. It goes hand in hand. They're like the same exact thing that's going on. The other team doesn't want to make the move, but they have to. And we're offering what is, everybody has said, the offer we have made, the people that are in the know, that know what our offer is, it is very much so reasonable. So the fact
So
that
do you think that Irsay is trying to use what we're offering to bring to the table to Taylor's camp in order to try to make a last minute save to keep him there, even though he
Bro, there
doesn't
is
want
no
to pay
last
him.
minute. There's no last minute to keep him there. Even if he keeps him there, right? All he's doing is wrecking his internal base with his personnel already. Because then they're all going to feel shit when my time comes up. I'm not going to get to go anywhere. You're not going to pay us. You know what I mean?
So that's one card we can't play,
Taylor
right?
has
Okay,
already
so we're not
said
worried
he would
about that
sit out
card.
the year.
So then the other card that we have to worry about is an NFC team being involved in this. That's the only other card.
So what else? What
But
else?
the other NFC team that actually made an offer.
It'll be Seattle.
Hold on.
He'll be on Seattle by
Hold on. My question is this. If there is another NFC team out there that is interested in whatever, why have they not made an offer yet?
How do
why
we
have
know
they
that
not?
they haven't?
Because it's been reported that they haven't. No other team except us have made an offer.
We've been hearing a lot of reports, and we still haven't heard anything concrete yet.
All right. Well, I'm telling you straight up right now.
Taylor
I
has
don't
already
think.
said,
Go ahead.
Taylor has said if he doesn't get traded, he will sit out the year.
Yeah. And here's the thing. He's already told the Bears, who was going to make an offer.
Right, and it would only
an
cost
NFC
them
team.
nothing.
He
It would
told them
cost the
no.
coach them to sit out nothing.
So he don't want to go to the Bears, right? So that involves either Dallas or maybe the Vikings, right? Those are teams that I could see making.
So you guys don't believe Philly's in it?
No, because Philly, if they were in it, they don't have the money, and well,
I don't know. There was no report to them rejecting Philly.
Money doesn't mean anything, so that doesn't
I
bother
thought they
me.
had draft picks.
They do have some draft picks, but here is the thing with this, right? Philly doesn't want to give up draft picks because they know that that Colts are trying to get whatever they want. They really
Don't
just
the
want to get
Colts
a
want
bargain
draft
out of it.
picks?
Colts want draft picks. That's what they want, and this is what
It's only
they're
a standard
saying. The
amount of
argument is that they want more picks. So
Okay, so if the Eagles have draft picks and the Colts want draft picks, what makes you think the Eagles
I
still
got
won't
the
be
feeling
in there?
that the Dolphins the only ones to be cheap passes.
Hey, yo, what
Well, they
about
need
the
to tighten
Vikings,
up and
though?
just try to let them know that hey, we're in it
are
to
we
win
really
it.
being cheap when our offer is being reasonable? Nobody else has made a. Here's the other thing. Okay, here's the thing. Right.
But it's not
Let's
reasonable
say-
for them.
Well,
They need
hold
to
on,
give the
hold on.
actual asking
Hold on.
price.
But hold on, Crypto. Hold on one second. I just want to I just want to get your perspective on this, okay? I'm not saying you're wrong or anything, but let me just explain my question first because I'm trying to understand why it could not be this situation, okay? If you're the only person bidding, why bid against yourself?
Exactly.
Because it's
That's
real
my
dumb
question.
to think that you're the only person bidding when
That's
the
what I'm
same thing
saying.
happened with
There was
Dalvin Cook. I was
supposed to be
told we were the only
17.
person bidding against ourselves with Dalvin Cook. That argument don't work no more.
Yeah, supposedly there were 7 teams, then it was narrowed down to 3, and now we're the only ones.
Well, that's my point. We're the
I
only
don't
ones
buy
that
that
actually
we're the
made an
only person.
offer.
Yeah,
And I don't buy it.
And how come
I don't
every
buy that
Colt
either.
beat writer, and every person that everybody is stating that this guy's pretty accurate or whatever, they're saying we're the only ones that have made a reasonable offer. The only other team was Chicago, but Jonathan Taylor told him no. I don't want to go to Chicago. He already turned them
Because
down.
Ali, because
I don't buy that now one bit.
Hey, Ali, so I mean, like even with the Dalvin Cook situation, right? That's like for us, you know, what I'm saying we was like
My
all
point.
in.
My
We
point
was-
is this. This is my
Mhm.
point, right?
Mhm.
Let's say the Eagles finally do come through with an offer, right?
Mhm.
Why would I up my own offer before the Eagles make an offer, right? What if they're
Because
only going to
the
offer?
asking price is different. It's up to the teams to
Because the
meet
last
their
time you
asking
did
price.
business with Philly, they went to the Super Bowl. You don't want to look like a dumbass.
It's
3
up
times
to
in a
you
row.
to meet their asking price.
Yeah, true that.
Okay, and if nobody else is bidding, then why would I meet their asking price?
Because I just told you the last time
Because
you did business
anybody
with Philly,
could come
they
in at
won a
the
Super
last
Bowl.
minute and bid the asking price.
Yeah,
It's real simple. Take the fucking house off the market if you really want it.
yeah.
I don't want to bid against myself, bro. I disagree with that premise.
There's no such thing as bidding against yourself.
If the Eagles are
Okay,
going to
so
make
I
this
just
year,
bid
I'm gonna tell you now.
$100,000, right? And the guy's only let's say the value of the house is $50,000. I bid $100,000. You know what? I'm going to up my bid to $150,000. Why the hell would I do that?
Because that house is
You're
going to
not
go up
bidding.
to $2
You
million,
bidding
$2
the
billion.
initial asking price. Whatever they placed it on the market for, that's what you do, and go take it off, because nobody else is going to take it off at that price.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you don't need to yell at me, Crypto. I'm just asking
If
the
you
question.
know if you know that it's all about location, and you know you have the location, your property value is going to skyrocket if you're going to take the hit regardless.
Yeah, I just think the asking price is just way too high in my
Nobody
opinion.
wants to give
For
a
the
first
running
round
back.
pick.
not.
That's the deal.
Way too
Nobody
high. Why?
wants
You're
to.
worried about
What
what?
is it too
2 or
high to
4
win a
years from
Super
now?
Bowl?
Are
It's
you
too
worried
high to
about the
increase
future?
your
Or are you worried about
probability of
now?
winning a
Listen,
Super Bowl.
as a fan, sure, I'd give it, but what the executives are saying, it's already been
Then they
reported
don't
what
want. They don't
executives.
believe in the law of probability
You
if
guys sound
increasing
like
your chance
Watson
to
3
win.
years ago,
We
and that
don't
was
make
3
the
years
market.
ago.
I don't think what you guys understand is we don't make the market. Just because fans say he's worth a first rounder, the
They don't have to
GMs,
make the market.
the
It's what you
GMs
value
dictate.
them at.
The GMs dictate what
No,
the
the
market
person
is.
that's doing the bidding is making the value.
Exactly, and what we're bidding is valued at
If it's not
what it
meeting their
is.
asking price, then you're not serious and not honest broker.
I'm not saying that they're not serious or they are serious. I'm just saying that
I'm saying that
what
because I haven't. Nobody put it like this.
reported.
Nobody can ever win a bid with me when it comes to real estate because I know about 99.99% of people is going to go below the freaking asking price. I'm going to come in right at the asking price.
That's fine, but from what
I understand that's how you do business, but
what
that
is
doesn't mean
being
that's how other people
reported.
have to do the business.
Because they're stupid and they're not serious about value. It's called intrinsic value. That same $100,000, I know 10 years from now, it's going to be $200,000.
Crypto. If I'm the Dolphins, this is what I'm doing. I'm saying, okay, I'll give you the first rounder, but you have to take Cedric Wilson's contract off.
No, they don't have to do jack shit.
That's what I'm doing if I'm the Dolphins. But I don't think the Dolphins are
You
any
can't
other
make demands to
organization.
them. You want their asset.
I'm just giving
It's
you
different.
my opinion. I'm just giving you my opinion.
You can't go make a demand that they take an asset from
Sometimes we
you.
call bluffs, but sometimes you got to eat the bluff. And
I
this time
don't
we got
think
to
the
eat the bluff.
Dolphins or any other team believe a running back.
Well, the Miami Dolphins don't believe in their intrinsic value that this player can make them win the Super
Hold
Bowl
on. Can
or increase their
I ask a
probability.
question real quick? Can I ask a quick question real quick? So the deadline is the Monday, or I'm sorry, Tuesday, right? The deadline is Tuesday for this trade to get approved, right? So if that is the case, technically Chris Greer has till Tuesday to eat the bluff. Am I right? By saying that?
Yes.
All right.
I mean, not
So
necessarily.
just
They can have an
because-
extension.
Okay, so now then there's no deadline at that point.
No, I mean,
Because
it's up to
that's my
Ursay
point.
and the
That's my
Colts.
point.
Is what I'm
We're
saying.
jumping the
It's
gun and
not
speculating
not
what
on
the hell
us.
is really going on, right? And if they want me to give up a first round pick, right? And that's my other thing. If you think I'm going to give a first round pick, a second round pick, and a whole bunch of whatever else, you're wrong. I'm not going to do that. I'll give something similar. I will
The
give something
equivalent of a
similar.
first round pick. It's out there.
I understand, Crypto, but let me finish. I will give something that
You guys act like he's asking for 50 first round picks.
But my point is, if I give
And
you
why would he take somebody who he
round pick, then what's the difference?
You're doing pretty much the incentive-based
because our
team-friendly
first
deal
round
that
pick is
Dalvin Cook
different from
didn't
the
want.
Bears' first round pick.
You're doing
That's the
a
difference.
team-friendly deal as opposed to having the player call his part of the deal, and I think that's going to hurt him.
Us giving them a first round pick is way different from the Bears giving them
I
first
was
round
trying to
pick.
make here. I know you guys are trying to get your points across, and that's fine. But all I was trying to point out is that he's in no rush. If the deadline is Tuesday, he's in no rush to up his bid at this point. He can do that on Tuesday or Monday. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he can, but you know what I'm saying.
Who
He
says
can, he
that
gonna be-
Fournette's not his backup plan?
He's gonna be
Who
caught
says
with the okey
Fournette's
doke.
not his backup plan?
Hey,
You know
Well,
what
I mean,
I'm
at this
saying?
point in the
He's
game
gonna
right
be
now,
caught
your
swimming
backup
naked
plan is
once
Jason
again when the
Taylor.
tide goes out.
Listen,
And that
Your
was my
backup
point.
plan
Why
is
hasn't
Jonathan
anybody else
Taylor at this
did it
point.
yet?
Because you know why? We're the only ones that freaking tried to
And
go
here's the other
for-
thing. Here's the other thing. It can't just be any team, right? You think Jonathan Taylor is just going to say yes to let's say the Cardinals or somebody like that? You think he's going to?
His objective is to leave the Colts situation.
I understand, but if
He'll
he
say
if
yes
he
to the Eagles.
well, hold on. Let me hear me out though. Let's say the Colts are the one that come in to make this deal, right? Or not the Colts. I'm sorry, the Cardinals. The Cardinals come in to make this deal, right? Yeah, you can trade for me, but why do I have to say yes to signing a long-term contract with you? I don't need to do that.
Man, if the Cardinals
That's
are
my
involved,
point. Do
he's
you
going
think
to
the
the
Cardinals are
PUP
really going
list.
to
This
do
is
that?
my
The
point.
Cardinals
Do you think
well,
the
then the
Eagles are going to
Cardinals
do
would
that,
just say,
knowing
"Good,
that
we'll give you a one-year rental."
No team is going to give up that much capital unless they're
Nobody is.
assured a long-term deal will get
Yes.
signed.
So
And the
San
only
Fran
team
did that last
the
year
only
for
team that they've come
CMC.
out that he's
Give
made.
me an example of
So
team
San
that did
Fran did that last year for CMC, and you telling me nobody's going to do it? But San Fran
exactly.
did it for CMC.
CMC did it. They just did it recently. The CMC.
And they
It was
knew
last
that
year.
they were gonna. You don't think they talked to CMC and be like,
I
They
get what
gave
you're
him an
saying, but what
extension.
you're trying to tell
McCaffrey
me
got
is
an
that's not going to be
extension.
possible.
Yeah,
It
but
was
he
possible
didn't
last
come in
year.
and guarantee them a long extension.
no, they didn't.
He got an extension,
We
dude.
didn't. Just like we didn't guarantee Bradley Chubb an extension, but I'm sure before we traded for Bradley Chubb, we asked his agent what kind of money he wants. And we're like, okay, we're around the same ballpark. We'll do the trade, then we'll negotiate.
Right.
The same things happened with JT, and the same thing happened with CMC. They have an idea of what they want, and then they negotiate after the deal's done. That's what's gonna happen.
Look,
Yeah, you're.
all I'm saying is
But
the
there ain't
only
no
team.
guarantee that they won't just sign a 1-year deal or just keep tag them.
I mean, you're talking about the Colts.
Have to do an extension.
Yeah, franchise tag, which means he's going to be guaranteed the highest 3 of all the running backs anyway. So he's going to get at least 1 year
The
worth
only
that
one
value.
that's a rental option is Derrick Henry. That's the only rental option.
They
And
can
that's
easily
if the
franchise
Titans
tag
suck.
him. He'll get like 12 to 14 million.
If the Titans suck, that's the only way to get a rental off of Derrick Henry. But besides that, he hasn't even gotten paid. He's a free agent coming up. You got all these guys going to be free agents next year.
All of them are. All of them are.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
You decrease your chance when you start using the language, "I will not get in a bidding war."
Yeah.
That's all I need to say. Buckle
You're
up.
right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I just don't want, you know what I'm saying, what happened to us with Dalvin Cook, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly. 3 months of waiting for what? Just to say no? No, we're in too deep in the game to turn back now if we are serious.
Cap, you're
That's
right
the crypto point.
because you're right because you know what I mean. I feel like
At least they didn't even say, "I will not get in the bidding war with Dalvin."
Where
They
this
just
is
simply
different-
stuck to their guns.
Where this
Everybody's
is
saying
different.
you're in this.
Hold on.
Everybody.
Where this is different. We already agreed to terms technically with for a foundation of an extension with Jonathan Taylor, right?
And it
We're
was
gonna
turned
pay
down.
the money. No.
It was turned down.
No,
It's
that was
rejected.
with the Colts. Not see that. Okay, time out. Hold up. You guys are not even listening. What I just said, which has been reported by multiple different outlets, right? Credible outlets, that Jonathan Taylor's agents and the Miami Dolphins already agreed to a worked out a foundation of an extension with the Miami Dolphins if he's traded to us. So the money has already been discussed. We've already agreed with the player, right? The only person
but
that
any
we
team
have
can do that.
Hold on. Let me
Irsay.
finish.
Jim
Let me
Irsay.
finish. The only person that's holding this is
It's Jim
Irsay
Irsay.
and the Colts. So
Yeah.
we could offer him a first round, but then again, he could also say no. Then what? My point
They
is,
rejected
why
an
would I
offer
vote
that
for
they didn't
anything
like.
if
Regardless of granted terms, they rejected an offer for compensation.
The only
Crypto, the
wild card
Colts,
in
the
this
Colts
is
don't have
Irsay
all the
paid
leverage here either, Crypto.
The difference
And
is
I don't
that
think Irsay's going to
Dalvin
pay
Cook
him.
Yes, they
never
do. They have
agreed
the
to
ultimate
terms with
At
us.
the end of the day,
We
at
couldn't
the end
make
of
a
the
deal with
day,
him because we didn't want to pay
They
him the
just
big bucks.
simply
That's
keep
the
the man and
difference.
don't trade him. And he's on his last year, and they can franchise tag him.
hey, that's what they might do to Jacobs. Shoot.
Well, they just re-signed Jacobs. I mean, it's
They
only a
just
1-year
signed
deal,
Josh
but
Jacobs
guys,
Yeah,
guys,
1 year deal.
if we
for
trade
12
our
million.
first, if we trade our first, and we say and we actually believe that we are this good of a team, what does it hurt to trade the 28th, 27th, 20 whatever the fuck overall pick if we actually that deep in the draft for Jonathan Taylor? Come on now.
Look,
If you
I
gotta
agree.
tell that.
That was
Yeah,
my
but you
whole
gotta
point.
tell that to
They
Greer.
got
Our
Greer,
first
bro.
round pick
Yeah,
is
bro.
totally
None of us
different
know
from anybody
Greer.
like the Cardinals or Bears first round pick.
That's
Yeah,
what
but
I'm saying.
crypto,
That's
And the
crypto.
exactly
coach
what I'm
knows
saying.
this.
Yeah.
That's
But
why
but
we
we
need
could
to give
all
an
but listen,
actual first and
at
stop
this
dicking
point,
around.
at this
That's what he's
point,
saying is giving him first.
this is not a Dalvin Cook situation. Dalvin Cook is 29. I mean, I'm sorry, is 28, pushing 29. He's
Yeah.
getting up there in age. This is fucking Jonathan Taylor, 24, man. This guy's a beast.
Yeah,
We're
Jose,
not
we
gonna
all
he
get.
agree.
is a beast.
Hey,
Yeah,
We're
all
you're
of
right.
not.
us up here agree with you.
Yeah.
It's Greer that doesn't want to hand up the
Right,
first.
right. So
So we
listen,
could all agree. Yeah, let's
yeah.
give all our first away, but that doesn't change the situation that we're in.
No,
Jose,
facts.
Jose. Just for argument's sake, if the Colts, if they wanted 2 first-round picks, would you do it?
See now we're pushing it. Now we're pushing it because
But you have to set some type of line. That's what
You have
Ali's
to.
trying
I
to get
agree.
to.
I get you.
I
I get you.
agree.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't know.
Bro, but
Especially when you're only one
if you
bidding.
know that you
If
think
you're the
if you
only
think
one
you're gonna
bidding.
make the
That's not
Super
even a
Bowl,
line. That freaking
if you're
what you call
confident
is
you're gonna
not
make the
what you
Super Bowl,
call it.
does it really
Different.
matter?
Hey, yo,
If
in
you're
Madden, I don't
confident,
do it. In Madden,
if
Okay,
I
you're
don't do that.
confident,
so
In
Jose,
Madden,
you would give up 2
does it
first-round
matter?
picks. You would
I
give up 2
Going for
first-round
Kansas
picks.
two
City is
first rounds.
different
You're pushing it now. You're
because I
pushing
know
that
they're
because
picking 31
you're
every
pushing it
time in the
because we
first
also
round
have to
anyway.
pay
Okay,
Jonathan
so
Taylor.
So
now
yeah, if
we're
I
at
was the
2.
Kansas
Now we're
City
at
Chiefs, I'd give up 2 first for him.
We also have to
2
pay him.
first-round
So
picks
you're
for a running
pushing it.
back.
I'm not.
It all depends. If I'm the Kansas City Chiefs, I
I'm
will, because I
saying.
know them picks ain't
All
worth
I'm
a
saying
damn
is that
anyways. I'm
Jose,
gonna be
if
if
picking
you're at the point
31st
right now
anyways.
where you're gonna have to
That's
set the market,
irresponsible,
it doesn't
crypto.
matter what draft picks you get. You're gonna
What?
set the market anyway.
It's not.
All I'm
Okay,
saying
how
is
about
if we
how
give
about
up
3
Kansas City
first?
Chiefs don't need them damn picks.
Crypto.
if
Okay, now they
Irsay
want 3
wants
first-round picks.
guys
True
if
crypto.
No,
Give them
Irsay if
3.
Irsay
Keep
if
going.
Irsay wants
Keep going. It don't matter. I'm still gonna be consistent. If I'm the Kansas
listen
City
guys
Chiefs
Oh
that's
my
building a
if
god, dude.
dynasty, I don't give a shit.
Irsay
This
Give
is
wants
them
silly,
the
8.
dude.
What
number
you want,
one
a
pick for
million?
2024,
If you
You're
want to be
being
fucking
silly.
give it up.
facetious,
You're
Give him
being
a
If
silly,
first, a
crypto.
all
second, and
Irsay
2
man,
wants
you
is
jet
want to
skis,
buck?
bro.
2023
Yeah, I'm
first
being
round pick,
goddamn
give it up.
serious.
Give it up.
Turn up
I
That's
have
crypto.
a
what he
fucking
wants. Give
logic
it up.
behind my fucking
Because
my
that's gonna be
reasoning.
the 29th overall pick anyways.
Like I
Give it
said,
up.
if I'm the fucking Kansas City Chiefs, I'll give up the many picks. You're picking
Give it up.
31st in the first round every goddamn year,
Give it up all
anyways.
day, all day, all day. That's
Give me a
literally.
fucking break. So you want to
That's
go a
easy,
million
bro.
and be
That's easy.
facetious? Okay, I'll
I'm
give them the
agreeing with
next
crypto on
fucking
this.
first round picks from now until the end of fucking time, until the year fucking
I
3087.
don't know about all that.
Crypto is the
Damn,
How
Vikings
about
with
man.
that?
Herschel
I don't know
Walker.
about all that.
You
Crypto is
fucking
the
really
Herschel
let
Walker
this
trade.
guy.
Hey, Ali, I'm about to jump off, man. I'll
Hey,
check
listen,
you
Really
guys
let
guys.
this.
Yeah, we're
later.
gonna
This is
be
my
closing
first
it
time on
down
the
here
chat, and I
in
appreciate all
about
you
20
guys.
minutes too. So
Yeah.
we're
All
gonna
right, Ali, so y'all take care,
go ahead
man.
with your final take, Mr. Paul. Go ahead with your final thoughts.
Yeah, just
So, like I said,
thank you for keeping me awake.
we
I'm
had a
only about
bad
20
day.
minutes from home, so y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all on the next show. Peace, love, and fins up, everyone.
Thanks,
Hey, keep
Paul.
All
driving
right,
safe,
Papa Paul.
Paul.
No, I
Drive
just want to
safe,
say
man.
we had a bad day. We got dish rag, but like I said, the season's about to start, so we gotta make our corrections and move forward. Fins up.
I love it.
And
I
thanks
love
to
that.
Thanks,
What's up,
Mr.
baby?
and
Paul. Thank you.
and guys in the panel and the people in the chat room. Y'all have a great night.
Yes, sir.
You too.
Thanks, man. Thanks. All right. Let's go around the room.
All right.
Anybody want to go final thoughts? Let's do that.
Can I go first?
Sure, Lakers, go for it.
All right. So we need to get this deal done with Jonathan Taylor because you know what I'm saying, like September 11th is almost here, and they're not gonna. I'm saying he might stay with the coach or he might go somewhere else. And what I'm saying, like I just don't want the same thing to happen with Dalvin Cook. You know what I'm saying? Again, to the same second time. You feel me? And you know what I'm saying? We have to go get him. If not, there's another team that's really quiet that no one knows about. That's might go and snatch him up. You know what I'm
Can I
saying?
ask a quick question before you leave, real quick, Lakers?
you.
And this goes for everybody
Exactly.
on the
That's my
panel.
whole point about this whole thing.
Let me ask you this: if the Colts don't make a deal with anybody anybody now.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the trade deadline, will they get less or more now?
They would get less. They would get less.
They would get less, right?
More.
It would get. Oh, you think more crypto? Can you explain
Yeah,
why?
they might get. Yeah.
It'd be no different from the Deshaun Watson thing.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying. It's a trade value. You feel me? You know what I'm saying. Like
It's his value didn't change not one penny,
yeah,
and he got
No,
200
Deshaun
some
Watson
million
is a
dollars more.
quarterback.
yeah.
Jonathan Taylor's a
Like,
running back. Come on, it's gonna be less. It's
It
gonna
don't
be less.
matter. It's what you
It
value him
matters.
as
It
the missing
matters. It
piece.
matters.
yeah.
It
Frank,
doesn't.
quarterbacks are the way of the league. We all know that.
I'm just
Come on
trying to
now.
think. I was trying to
That's
So
see
why
if we
they
could
fucking
gave
what?
compare.
Deshaun Watson all
What
that money.
closes the
Come on
deal?
now.
What closes the deal on your championship run? A running back in this franchise versus a quarterback that they needed to put them on the fucking map. It is the same. A running back closes the deal for us. A quarterback gets them fucking started. It's how you value the person at the time.
He's right.
Okay. All right. All right.
That's something that's he's right about that.
I was
To
just
this
curious.
team, yes. To this team, yes. Because we have Tua. That's a fact. If we didn't have Tua, obviously half of this fucking franchise. I mean,
We'll
half of
value a
this fucking
quarterback,
fan
right?
base wanted fucking Deshaun Watson, didn't we? Or did we not?
We did because you know
All right.
why? Because guess what?
Your fucking whole front office did.
All right, including some of this, including half of this panel. So let's be real.
Okay, fine. Congratulations.
All right,
You
well,
want a cookie?
yeah, I'll take a chocolate chip. By the way, hey, you can talk about that shit you want, bro. But the facts are facts, man. The facts are the facts.
Who's saying that? You making an argument that's not even being made.
All right.
Yeah,
I put
my
it
whole
out there.
premise of
He put
hold
it
on
out
before we
there.
get out of
I just gave my opinion as you gave your opinion. So hey, who opinion wins? Who knows, right?
First take debate show.
My whole point, of bringing up that question
I don't
about if they
care.
get more or less was because of the fact
We
that
had fucking Trent Dilfer on this team. It don't fucking make a difference.
my point was because I was trying to figure out if the Colts have an agenda. So not really an agenda, but are they in a rush to trade because of the trade deadline? That's what I was trying to inquire. Like, what is better for them?
I think ultimately, my opinion, Irsay's playing games. He doesn't want to trade Taylor. He's
I think
dangling.
it's his ego.
He's just fucking stroking his ego. Again, that's my opinion. I'm not in the fucking camp. I don't know shit. I'm fucking a nobody. He's just stroking his fucking cock, and he's just saying, "Hey, he's just stroking his cock, and hey, this is something you can have, but you won't have." And ultimately, we're not gonna have fucking Jonathan Taylor. He's gonna stick there, and he's gonna fucking,
I think
hold out. I guess I don't know.
I think he's just trying to show Jonathan Taylor who's boss personally. And I think Jonathan Taylor's is like, listen, I've been a good soldier. I've been a good player.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get what I'm worth.
That's it.
And Irsay is trying to tell me he ain't worth shit, but still trying to get a first rounder. I don't know.
Unless Greer comes up to the first rounder, which I think, in my opinion, he should, because if we all agree it's gonna be a deep one, right? It's gonna be a late one. Go for it, bro. Go for it. He's the missing fucking piece. Tua's got it. Waddle's got it. Tyreek, fucking come on now. He's the missing piece.
And might not be a missing piece if we keep playing soft like marshmallows. It don't fucking matter. Just like the fucking New England Patriot freaking team destroyed that freaking Rams team because that Ram team was marshmallows and Bill Belichick had something for his ass.
But you can't possibly sit there and believe this is our defense. You can't possibly sit there and believe that. Come on now.
Yes, I can.
No.
They was out there long enough to give me a sample size.
If you know football the way you say you know
they
football,
was out there to give me a fucking sample
Vic
size.
Fangio is sitting there sending this bullshit. Come on now.
Oh yeah, the same soft vanilla, the same freaking bend don't break style that freaking that allowed the Buffalo Bills to put up 48 points on them.
One of the top defensive coordinators in the fucking league.
Yeah.
Fucking reason.
Hey,
how many championships has they got them?
Fucking Crypto is gonna say he's not that nigga.
How many fucking championships has he gotten?
Come on now.
How many championships has he gotten?
Well, he's got. I got you. All right, you got me on that one. He ain't got no real championships, but hey, he's got defensive coordinators.
He's had plenty of
he
top
that boy
five
though. He that boy.
Yeah, but shit, what
He
do
said.
what does it do for you though? If you know what I'm saying, you could be the top
So
dog on
what? Should
defense,
we
All
should
I'm
we
saying,
fire him then?
all I'm
but
saying
Because
is
he hasn't
that
had a
are we
championship ring? Like,
all
come on,
all
man.
I'm saying that
Well,
is
that's
that we're
times.
not
That's
really
Are
fucking
we shit
starting
times.
him
talking our own
on
DC
three
That's
now?
fucking
Is that what we're
times that the
doing?
Are we really
fucking
gonna do
Browns
that? Are we
had
really
a
gonna do
coaching
that to
staff
Vic
that was top
Fangio?
5 in the league
When
before too.
we've been
Okay, but
stroking
are
his
we
fucking
shit
cock
talking our
this
own
whole time,
coaches now? We haven't
trying
even
to get
played a
him here, and
game.
now
No,
we're gonna
no, he's
judge
forcing
him
it. He's
on
putting it out there like he's
three
a fucking god or
three
something.
preseason games. Come on now, that's you guys should know better than that.
I mean, this is something that I'll say. Vic Fangio was the best defensive coordinator on the market, and we got him.
Exactly. So now we're gonna shit on him because he had three subpar performance, or I mean, so
Nah, he
in
did
our
good
eyes, in
against
our
the
wait,
eyes,
hey,
right?
Texans.
you said it. You said three. You said it three. You
No,
said
no,
he
yeah, yeah.
had
Whoa,
three
whoa.
bad
No,
defensive
no,
He
no,
played
no.
games.
good against
Three.
the Texans.
My point is, bro. We cannot
Hmm.
sit here and believe that Vic Fangio is putting out his entire defense. We cannot. We got to be smarter than that. We cannot. Come on now. I
I
mean,
Well,
mean, bro, the players are
you
doing
got
it
it.
on the
You got.
field.
Well, I'm waiting to be showed then.
Yeah,
well,
for real. Like, show
time
me
Doing it
will
what
with
it
tell.
another
is.
team. He didn't
Time
He's
do
not
will
as of
gonna
right
tell.
show
now. As of
Jose.
right
Time
now,
will
he's
tell.
0-0 with the Miami Dolphins. So can we just start there?
In
Yeah.
preseason,
I
sure,
want to see it. I want to
sure,
see what
Yeah,
he
he's
gonna do.
0-0,
sure,
100% crypto. He
sure,
still has to prove himself, but
sure.
we haven't seen his scheme yet. That's one thing we haven't seen.
Yeah.
We'll see
Okay.
it week 1 though.
I mean,
But
All right.
can we?
Go ahead. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, no,
No,
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
man. Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just
I'm
if you
just
have
beating the
something to
whole
finish,
drum. I'm just
go
beating the
ahead
whole
and
drum.
finish. Go ahead and finish what you were gonna say because I want to continue with the final takes because we're closing the showdown. So that's why
No,
I want
no,
to keep going.
I was just gonna say I'm just beating the whole drum. I was just gonna say like he's not out there putting his whole thought and mind and process into this thing. Like his starters not out there, Christian Wilkins not out there, Zyler's not out there. I mean, I'm sorry, Zealer, whatever the fuck they pronounce his name. He's not out there. That's all. It's just preseason, man. Let's just give it a chance. I do want Baker off this team.
yeah,
Hot take.
you're bored. Hey, me too, boy. Hey, me
I
too.
do want Baker off this
Me
team.
too.
Hot
I
take.
want Baker
Hot
on this
take.
team too, bro. Cause he been here too
I don't
long.
like Baker. I don't.
You're
He's
right.
supposed to be covering these tight ends. He hasn't covered he can't cover me, and I'm slow as molasses. Like the guy can't cover nobody,
Hey
bro.
Ollie, I'll go with my
That's
final
it.
take.
That's
And
it.
that's most
Well,
likely what
Lakers
he's going
was
to be up
starting, but hold
Oh
on.
yeah,
Let's.
go Lakers, go Lakers. You go ahead.
But
My bad.
but yeah, you know what I'm saying. I mean, like we have to go get Jonathan Taylor now before what I'm saying another team sneaks up and go take him away. And you know what I'm saying. Like if we don't, then what I'm saying we just have to roll with the punches. You feel
Mhm.
me? And
Mhm.
try to win a championship with him or without. So that's
Yes,
all we
sir.
can do.
Yes, sir.
That's all we can do,
Definitely.
man. Y'all have a good night.
Take care,
Thanks,
man. It was
Lakers.
All
good
right,
talking
man.
to you.
No
All right,
problem, man. Have a good one.
all right,
Thank you.
man.
You too, my friend. Thank you.
All right,
All
later.
right, Bryson, you can go next.
All right, man. Yeah, I think I gotta agree with everyone. I think we gotta go get JT. Um, but if you don't get him, you move forward. That's all we can do. I think I'm really interested to see who's out there after cuts because this is the first season where they're going. Everybody's cutting 37 players right off. All at once. So I am interested because every year there's always players that you don't expect to be out there. So I am interested to see what Greer does with that money. Because if we do get JT, it's still only going to be like 4 or 5 mil. And we're sitting there right now with 16 or something, 13, I think.
13.
Um, yeah. So I want to see what that happens. I really want the coaches to get on this team's ass after performance day, but I don't think that is going to do anything negative. I think it could motivate them to be like, damn, we really didn't perform today. So I hope they just take it as a learning lesson to be like, damn, the Jags really owned us today. Um, Another thing I'd like to say is I'm really happy with Brooks. I think he's shown a lot. Um, if JT comes, I think that'll change the whole room. I don't know if Brooks will make it, but if JT does not come, Brooks needs to be on this roster. I'm not saying he's JT. Nobody's JT on this roster, but Brooks is that big body running back. He's that power back that we need. And yeah, he didn't play with the ones or the twos. He played with the threes and fours, but every time he got the ball, he made a play. And in my book, if you can only play when the coaches put you out there, you can't do anything else. So I think he's earned his opportunity. I'm excited for this season, and I appreciate you having me up here, Ali.
Thanks, man. Fins up, bro.
Yeah,
You're
man.
welcome anytime. Definitely. All
All
right.
right, bro. Good, man.
I'll see you.
Catch you
Definitely.
around, man.
72 Fins logo. Final thoughts, my friend. 72 Fins logo. Your final thoughts? 72. All right. Well, thank you, and I will move on to the next person here. Jose, tell me your final thoughts.
Yeah. So, first of all, I just want to I want to appreciate you guys for the platform and everything you guys do. Crypto, I met you in person. You probably don't remember me, but it's all good. JT, man,
At the Florida game, I mean at the what you call the game, the Minnesota game, or this was at
you do remember.
Ravens game.
Okay, you do remember. Yeah, Minnesota. You're right. I was there with my kids, and we was just hanging out, and then I approached you, and it was a pleasure to meet you, man. Real talk. I know you animated on these platforms. Anywho, final thought. JT, it's a luxury. It's slowly becoming a necessity. You know, we're having these injuries to these running backs. The only one that's staying that's staying upright is Mostert. Achman went down today with a neck. A-Chain hasn't practiced and played or whatever. At the end of the day, I didn't have a problem with Greer not going after Cooks. I didn't have a problem with that. He's 28. He won his money. Blah blah blah. But this is a stud. This is a stallion. This is some guy we need to get behind. And like I said before, if we got to throw the first round out there, let's do it. With that being said, again, I appreciate you guys having me on the platform. It's my first time. Hopefully not my last time. I want to get up here. I want to make my little name known. Whatever. Yeah, that's it, guys. Just thank you for everything, and then fins up at the end of the day. It's all about the logo. Ultimately, it's all about the logo. That's it.
100%.
Guys.
All right. Well, thanks, Jose. I really appreciate that, and definitely come on up, man. When we drop the link, come on up.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Definitely. All right. Josh Allen is the next Elway, who is starting to become my favorite Bills fan. How's it going, man? What are your thoughts, man?
I just think I just want to announce too. I'm going to become a member of this platform. You guys are entertaining. It's I like the heated debates, the shit talk, and I like this platform. But I just want to say with the Jonathan Taylor situation, a lot of people, I come here a lot. I go to Twitter Spaces with Dolphins fans, and people have a lot of questions about Chris Greer, obviously. And I will just say that it's in my opinion that he already has passed the test, because I think this is going to be the first time in a long time that Tua is going to bring long-term stability to the quarterback position. So already, in my opinion, Chris Greer has a level of competency that most GMs don't have. I will say this. Jim Irsay is a fucking idiot, and Chris Greer is not. Chris Greer is not perfect, but he's not a fucking idiot. And I would just caution Dolphins fans, of course, the Dolphins are more likely to go to the Super Bowl. They're more dangerous if they get Jonathan Taylor. But Chris Greer is not going to be a sucker at the table and give up multiple first-round picks and multiple players and Jalen Phillips or Tyreek Hill or any of that nonsense. I think if Chris Greer holds firm, stays calm, it will be like a 2 and a 5 and then some auxiliary player. That's pretty much my closing.
Well, I appreciate that. Josh Allen is the next Elway. And thank you for becoming a member. I really appreciate that. And you're welcome anytime, man. I enjoy hearing your takes and see what you have to say. So thank you. Definitely. All right. Thanks. Crypto, it's you and I closing the show. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate having you, Crypto. And again, can't wait to see your next show. Are you going Monday? Next Monday?
Yeah.
Okay.
It should be Monday, around the same time.
Same time. So definitely check out Crypto Monday show. Around what was that? 10:30, 11 o'clock? Around 11, something like that.
11,
Yeah. So definitely
11 o'clock.
Definitely. So make sure you hit like and subscribe, turn on notification bell. And yeah, definitely. So appreciate that. Thank you, Beastin305. Thank you, new member. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Definitely. Thanks, Michael K, for the $2 donation. I'm not gonna read that because the show's not about me. So I'll put it here for everyone to see what he says. Everyone in the chat can see what he saw. But yeah. So thank you. Anyway, what are your final thoughts, man? What do you think? I know today I know everyone understands that we didn't look great today. What are you looking forward to in the week to come? Any predictions about the 53-man roster or anything?
Yeah, we're gonna do something tomorrow. Me and Shake, as far as predicting the final 53. So yeah, it's a good thing we was able to see what we was able to get from today's game to kind of nail down what we think is going to lead to the final cuts. Even though the game was cut short in the fourth quarter or whatever it was, but it was enough data on the field for us to realize who should be on the final 53. It'll be some surprises on there. I expect surprises. I expect a lot of hand wringing as usual, because a lot of people is going to make the team that a lot of people trashed for the last 5 months. I can guarantee that, and it's going to be the same thing because they never tried a reverse psychology against the football gods, Ali, on trying freaking not to go so hard in the paint on the player, and if maybe those listeners that the team may have spying in social media will say, hey, well, they kind of not paying attention to this guy, so we're going to go ahead and cut the guy, and then it could be kind of like a blessing in disguise. I don't think it's a coincidence how they have to listen to us trash the offensive line to no end, and then for them to go on the podium and say, you guys are more worried about the offensive line than we are. I don't find that a coincidence. Maybe if we wasn't so hard in the paint against the offensive line, maybe they feel the need to finally change it and fix it. Just a thought, that kind of like fandom reverse psychology that they could be playing. Because they might be intentionally doing that to us just to spite us. I don't know. Maybe that's me thinking the evil side of people or the ill will of people. Where they just go around and listen to all of our complaints and they try to do a lot to amplify them.
That's definitely a hot take. Definitely.
Maybe we could do something in the opposite and what we really want them to do, so they can do that, because they'll really be thinking that they're trying to spite us, but really not. They'll be doing us a favor.
Yeah, I definitely hear you.
That's the thought. Why don't the fans try to do some reverse psychology or something? I don't know. I'm just talking. It just seems like the team intentionally try to spike the fan base.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think they kind of did that with the whole Dalvin Cook thing. I agree, and I don't know. Something feels different about this situation, but
no, I'm just saying because they're doing it all over again with the offensive line. Because they really truly is running it back when it comes to the offensive line.
Yeah, they don't. Well, they don't feel like they need to. They're saying that we're more worried about it than they are.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's last year's team. Maybe if we didn't pretend like we was worried about it, maybe they would have had wholesale changes. Given the intent in that sense, giving us what we really want.
Yeah, I see
changes on the offensive line.
Mhm.
You know, it's kind of the yin and yang. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They'll do something this way and they'll zag the other way. You know.
Yeah, it's weird how they come up with these decisions. To be honest,
For
It
every
is what it
give me,
is.
there's a gotcha. You know. For every give me, there's a gotcha, and that's what they're doing to us. It's like, give me this, and they say, nope, I got you on that. You know, but hey, it's crazy. On Tuesday at 4 p.m., I'm going to make this prediction. There will be a bunch of Twitter Spaces and YouTube channels launched, and there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. That's a strong word, but that's what's going to be happening. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth at 4 p.m. when that final 53 man is cut.
Yeah, I know. There's two players. There's two undrafted rookies I want to see on this team, and one of them has made more of a consistency than the other. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. It's very exciting, but nerve-wracking at the same time. You know?
Nerve-wracking, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to go ahead and give my final thoughts, everybody. Listen, I know today was a bad game. Tomorrow is a new day. There's a new week ahead of us. We're at the end of this month, and there's going to be a new month ahead of us. We got the season starting September 11th. I cannot wait, right? So do me a favor, because we have a plethora of shows and content that's coming your way, and exclusive content for the members. Another reason to become a member. Make sure that you hit like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell, right? Do that first. Then, if you want to become a member, you get notified earlier. You get exclusive contents, exclusive emojis, and other access and stuff that you'll get, preview to, depending on your level of your membership. We really appreciate y'all. We wouldn't be here without you. So the next show, you'll catch me in color on Top of the Tailgate, and I got a Broken Takes that's going to come out this week sometime. I don't know what day yet exactly, but turn on notification bells because it'll drop. It's going to be me and Tonk and anyone else that wants to join the show from the TFTG. We're going to be discussing something really interesting that goes along with what we saw at the end of the game, as well as what we could see in the future. So
yep. Good show, Ali. Even though we was kind of weeping and gnashing of teeth because of the game, because we got kicked in the teeth.
Listen, I get you guys feel that way, but for me, this is a preseason game. Until I see it in a regular season game, to me, it hasn't happened.
But see, we're the type of team that'll let that creep into not maybe the first week, but we're this type of game that'll happen in the middle of November. It'll just come out of nowhere. You see what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. Definitely. We always have a game like that. You're right. You're right. And here's my thing, right? If this was week 1 and I saw this, yeah, I would be there with you screaming and pounding my table and throwing shit and throwing beers and stuff. I agree with you. But
right. Everybody's arguing, calm down. It's not going to happen in week 1, but God forbid if it happened in November, you know what I mean?
No. This is like a warning signal. You know how like when you got two ships, and I think you were a Navy guy, right? Or you were an Air Force guy?
Yeah, Navy and Army. Yes.
I was in the Air National Guard, which is pretty much the same thing as the Air Force. So when you have two ships coming together or getting close, and one of them is trying to either pursue or stop someone in their tracks, they give out a warning shot off the valve, right? When that happens, that's what I equate this to. This is that warning shot. So now that's the signal to the captain of the ship, which would be your coach, and the rest of the crew, which is the team. Hey, you got something you need to work on. Let's work on this. Let's get better. And I honestly think they wanted the game to stop because they didn't want to continue to see more injuries pile up to someone that didn't really deserve to be injured. And I think and also you could also argue that they may have seen enough from some of the players. and that's really all they wanted. But
Only a handful.
yeah, Elijah Campbell, getting hurt is the bigger
That
issue.
was my
tonight.
biggest disappointment because I'm a
Yeah,
big
that is the biggest disappointment. I agree.
I'm a big Elijah Campbell fan.
So we're gonna have to rely more on what's his name, Brandon Jones. You know what I mean? We're
Right.
gonna have to rely more on him. Veron McKinley may have survived another day because of this. So we'll definitely have to see what's up and where everything goes with that. But listen, that's for another show. We'll talk about more about this tomorrow. There's probably going to be a slew of cuts already made tomorrow, so we'll end up seeing that. But make sure you hit like and subscribe. I appreciate everybody.
Appreciate.
And until the next show, until next time, I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a great night. Fins up.